Unmute. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. We go with that. Okay.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
And we welcome you to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports this evening from Shields Arena in Fargo, North Dakota, where tonight a pivotal matchup is playing out on the ice in front of us. Another is playing out on the ice behind us, and a third will be playing out not that far from here over in West Fargo. Tonight, here at Shields Arena, it's Grand Forks Red River taking on Fargo Davies. Over in West Fargo, it's Grand Forks Central taking on West Fargo Cheyenne. And across the arena from us, it's Fargo South and Devils Lake that are doing battle this evening. It's a key night in the Eastern Dakota Conference as far as positioning. We bring it to you tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Luca Carpenter with our video coverage high atop Shields Arena here tonight. Rhino, this is a big night. I mean, if you take a look at where the standings are right now, that upset win for Devils Lake over Central reigns big. It's only a 2-point gap between the Knights and the Rough Riders, and if things go right for Red River, they could be in first place by the time the night is over. If things go right for Central, they could have a little bit of a cushion. There's a lot of things that could happen in the Eastern Dakota Conference tonight. We're glad to be a part of it this evening.
Yeah, we can focus on this game here, obviously, since this is the one we're doing. But if you're looking at Grand Forks Red River, I mean, you think back to how the season started. A blown 4-goal lead to Fargo North to kick off the year that cost them a point. They got handled by Central early in the year. A couple other points escaped them. Lost to Davies early. At one point, this Red River team was down to like 4th or 5th place in the East region.
They were in the top 5 at one point in Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, that mid-season, but they've battled their way back, and at this point control their destiny, at least as far as the second seed is concerned. They take care of business tonight in regulation. They follow it up against South next week when they play. That's enough to give them a 1-point gap for West Fargo. That gives them the second seed. So you're probably looking at 2 or 3, best case scenario for Red River. They get that 2 seed, which is, who knows what happens with that 1 seed. We've seen Central falter, but I can't imagine they falter that hard and drop, but you never know.
I mean, tonight, if they were to lose over at West Fargo Cheyenne, they being Central, and Red River wins here, Red River's got a point lead on Grand Forks Central going into the remainder of the season. But like you mentioned, tonight you concentrate on this one while you take a look at some scoreboard watching that's going on out there. Now, we're going to have an abbreviated pregame report tonight as they had scheduled this for a 7 o'clock start. It's probably going to be a little bit closer to 7:15 by the time they drop the puck tonight after junior varsity hockey here at Shields Arena. But we have an opportunity to bring you Drive for the Title here at our pregame report. Want to acknowledge that our pregame report is brought to you tonight by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel, and it's brought to you tonight by True North Equipment. True to your values and ready to serve you with 10 locations in the Red River Valley. We take a look at Drive for the Title and see what exactly is on the line in this matchup tonight. And like we mentioned, there's a lot on the line all the way around in this one, but take a look at tonight's Eastern Dakota Conference standings, and you see what's happening there. Grand Forks Central has a 2-point lead on Grand Forks Red River, and those wins in non-regulation, they matter, folks. Grand Forks Red River with 31 points right now. They end up losing those games, and all of a sudden they're more than a game out coming into tonight. They took those to overtime. They got wins in overtime, extra point there to get 2. But Central's 11-2. They've lost now to Devil's Lake in a matchup that they're going to feel like they should have had 50 shots. They didn't get the win. West Fargo with 30 points. They're still on the hunt just a game back. And these Fargo Davies Eagles, they're battling. They think they've got home ice sewn up, but they would like to improve their seed. And right now, about 6 games back of West Fargo, trying to definitely secure home ice in the opening round of the tournament.
Yeah, you're right. This Fargo Davies team, it looks like they're probably going to land in 4 here, no matter how this all shakes out. That seems likely, but let's give the Fargo Davies Eagles credit. I'm not going to lie, Ryan. When this season started, I thought, if you would have asked me, I would have said Fargo Davies would have been down 5, 6, 7. That's kind of where I saw them coming in the year, but they battled back. They have some big wins. They beat Red River. They got up to a hot start, and then they've kind of maintained. So hats off to them. This will be a tough challenge for Red River tonight, who, like we said, earlier this season lost this Fargo Davies team up 3-1, blew a lead, ended up losing 5-3. So again, no easy task for Red River here as they look for that second seed.
Yeah, coming into the night, for those of you on the radio side, Central with 33 points in the conference, Red River with 31 points in the league, West Fargo with 30. Now, one of those 3 teams is going to be the number 1 seed, and it's still very much up for grabs right now. Fargo Davies with 24 points, sitting in the 4 spot, 6 games back of 3rd, or I should say rather 6 points back of 3rd, 6 points ahead of 5th, so they seem to have that there. North Cheyenne, that's kind of a mix-up. Devils Lake and South Shanley, well, kind of what they're playing for right now is who's going to host Grafton Park River in the opening round, who's going to host Mayport area in the opening round. But if the season ended today, and you took a look at those standings, Rhino, Red River's hosting Devils Lake, and that is not an easy game in the opening round of the EDC tournament. It's going to be an exciting postseason.
No, we saw Red River, they had an early game with Devils Lake that ended 3-1, so that's close. We saw them in Grand Forks. I can't remember what the score was, 5-1, 5-2, something like that, but it was close kind of late, and Devils Lake pushed hard. We've seen Devils Lake beat Central. We've seen Devils Lake play tight games with other teams. That is not a freebie in the first game.
No, not even close. So there are no freebies when you're taking on Devils Lake. Drive for the Title is brought to you by Toys for Trucks. They are your car, truck, and Jeep accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. We have another cold snap coming up next week, single digits. They've got automatic starts at Toys for Trucks that work each and every time. So you want to get your money's worth from that auto start and really take advantage of the opportunity to make that commute easier on you. That's what you get from Toys for Trucks. Stop and see them, 6105 5 Gateway Drive. They're on Highway 2 West in Grand Forks. Toys for Trucks bringing you our drive for the title segment here tonight as we take a look at those standings. Again, our pregame report this evening is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values, ready to serve you, and brought to you tonight by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life tonight at Signature Graphics and Apparel. Up next, we'll take a look at the players that will make this one the game that it will be and some of the keys to tonight's matchup as we get ready for a start of this one tonight, very likely around that 7:15 time frame here as they've come off the ice on their warm-ups now, and we get ready for the start of hockey this evening. It looks like it's a Parents' Night presentation that's coming up also. I know we saw some decorations out front, so we may even have a little bit later start than we were expecting at 7, and that would be just fine so we can bring you our full pregame coverage tonight after a bit of a doozy trying to get this one put together today high atop Shields Arena, but we made it. It's the Rough Riders and the Eagles tonight. It's our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports, and we're back with more in a couple of moments. Stay with us.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks. Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. For those of you on the radio side this evening, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Well, that's not exactly station identification, is it? And the station identification was there until it decided to disappear. So without further ado, now, ladies and gentlemen, we shall in fact pause for station identification. We will absolutely pause for station identification. Welcome back to high school hockey. Tonight, Shields Arena in Fargo. It's Grand Forks, Red River, and Fargo Davies. Ryan, I'm remembered of that game that I came down and did. I believe you were probably listening to it back then. The overtime between Red River and Fargo Davies that went to the shootout, and we went 3 rounds, and it didn't work out, and we went 5, and then we went 6, and pretty soon we were on 15 and 16, and we finally got it done in the 17th round of the shootout that night where Red River ended up prevailing to get the extra point in the Eastern Dakota Conference. But I'll tell you what, fond memories of this building when Red River and Davies get together for a home game for the Eagles.
Was that here or was it next door?
It was on the big ice.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, I remember, I think I listened to like round 9, and then I'm like, I'm done with this. I think I even texted you. I'm like, are guys dumping it in the corner on these shootouts? What's going on?
As a matter of fact, when they got done that night, there were players that were having to shoot that had not played a shift all night long, but you got to go through the whole roster at that point, right? And then to top it off, one guy just about fell down. He came out to address the puck and almost slipped over. I have a feeling that your shootout is over at that point if you lose control of the puck, although I don't know the exact rule.
Yes, that is correct. If you fall down in the shootout, you're done.
It's over. Okay,
You're done.
And I assume you don't score at that point, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, these are good things to verify tonight. But it is Parents' Night tonight, or Senior Night here at Shields Arena. That's why they're on the big ice tonight. Fargo Davies celebrating their seniors this evening. Welcome back to high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. Boy, this is a key matchup tonight. Red River a 1-point lead over West Fargo right now for the number 2 spot in the Eastern Dakota Conference. Fargo Davies in the top 4 in the league, looking to secure some home ice if they can pick up a win over a Red River team that they've beaten already this year. But is it fair to say, Ryan, before we move on to our game fuel tonight, is it fair to say that Red River is rising? They seemed over the last couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, to start picking up their game. I go back to that game in War Road that we did over the Christmas break when they played, I believe it was Notre Dame Academy out of Connecticut. They played extremely well at War Road. The night before, they were within a whisker of beating War Road. And ever since then, they seem to have been playing next-level hockey for the Rough Riders.
They're definitely on the ascent, right? I mean, we looked at this team in the first month of the year, and it's like every game they were giving up 7 goals. I think I text you one day, I'm like, that's all they do is give up 7 goals. It was like 7 goals they'd given up in like 6 games, like 4 times. It was crazy. But yeah, you said it, that trip to War Road seemed to kind of turn things around. Again, played great against War Road, thought they dominated that game against War Road, should have won.
Sure.
Came back, the huge win against Notre Dame, and then from there, you know, like you said, they just kind of started cleaning some things up that were problematic. Wasn't perfect. They had some duds along the way, but they're definitely ascending right now. And go back a couple weeks to that Central game where they absolutely handled Central.
Yeah, they did.
Like, left Central speechless after that game. The shots were 30-12.
We found out what Red River could be
what
that
they
night.
can be, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And it was good to see. And coming into the matchup tonight, let's take a look at who the key players are in this one with our game fuel this evening. Our game fuel is brought to you by Circle K, a brand new location on South Washington and Grand Forks up in Midtown. They've got you covered 24/7, 365. Our car wash there as well. Great beverage bar. Wonderful frozen food section at Circle K. And again, open 24/7, 365. 3 more locations that have popped up in Grand Forks now. South Washington at 40th, 24th in Columbia, and 32nd Avenue South as well. Game fuel this evening brought to you by Circle K, and the reasons are staring you in the face for Grand Forks Red River. Rylan Beadall has been impressive in the second half of the season. Ryan Wasvik co-leading the team in goals. He's been just a beast in the last few games that we've seen him. Dallas Jackson continues to quietly make plays, and this Red River team has found some balance. That doesn't really show all of the reasons why the Rough Riders have been good. Rylan Carenta has been stepping up his game between the pipes. That's a big reason why Red River's on the ascent right now.
Yeah, I think for Rylan Carenta, it's just one of those things where he's just got to go out, play with some confidence, make the saves you're supposed to make. Don't let in the soft ones. Maybe get 1 or 2 you shouldn't, and let your forwards do their thing, because you mentioned it. Rylan Beadall heating up. Ryan Wasvik heating up. The name's not on this list. Griff Hoganson with 24 right behind. He's been fantastic lately.
Has been.
Caden Ulmer is starting to really play well on that top line.
Tyson Ulmer.
Ulmer just does what he does. Yeah, they have 2. And this is the thing last year with Red River, who won the state tournament. They only had 1 line coming in. All season it was like they had 1 line. Who else is going to chip in? This Red River team is a 2-headed monster. There's 2 lines now that can get points for you on any shift. Yeah,
they're starting to find some balance there. And for Fargo Davies, one of the reasons why you might have thought Fargo Davies was going to have a little bit more of a struggle this season is because there aren't a lot of names that have played a lot of key minutes for Fargo Davies in key positions. The one guy on the top of this list, for those of you that are looking at our video screen tonight on KNOX video, is Logan Spiewak, who we've talked about the last few years has played a key spot on this Fargo Davies team. Kaysen Currents a little bit last year. Caden Steenerson, kind of an unknown commodity coming into this season, and they had to fill a lot of spots. Credit to Nate Metcalf and this coaching staff for Fargo Davies to find the guys to step up, build a little bit of a team, and have some confidence going into the second half right now.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys. I mean, Drew Albrecht was a player that had some key minutes. He left early. The older Spiewak, Colton Spiewak, he left early. Those two could still be on the team. So you're right, it is a lot of new faces playing in spots and minutes that they probably aren't used to, but they pieced together wins. They've got goaltending when they needed it. They've played good defensively, and they've gotten scoring. I mean, they're not the numbers that you see for Red River there, but they're getting scoring on that top line. They're getting some secondary scoring. And like I said, they're just doing enough to win games. And that's all that really matters in the end.
And that's what they're doing right now. Rylan Beadall, 35 points, 15 goals. Ryan Wasvik, 15 goals, 28 points, leading Red River. Logan Spiewak with 23 points, 4 goals. Leading goal scorer, Kaysen Currents, 9 goals to go with 9 helpers this year. He's got 18 points. That's our game fuel tonight, brought to you by Circle K in Grand Forks as they bring you our game fuel for the evening. We continue with our pregame report tonight here at Shields Arena. And at Shields Arena, we bring it to you on our pregame show by True North Equipment. True to your values, ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the region. And Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. We come back with more in our pregame report, including our keys for the matchup. They are on the way in just a couple of moments, so do stay tuned as we continue our coverage of this one tonight. We're looking forward to a really good hockey game that is on the road this evening in Fargo. We haven't had a chance to do this a whole lot this year, so we're happy to do it on the road. Fargo Davies hosting Grand Forks Red River. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Sports.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics, we craft your vision, you watch it come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports tonight from Shields Arena on the big rink here in Fargo. We're not over on the Farmers Union Insurance rink. Over there right now, a scoreboard update brought to you by All True. Currently, it's Fargo South leading Devils Lake 3-1. That's key matchup in the bottom half of the Eastern Dakota Conference. In the bottom four, somebody's going to end up hosting Grafton Park River in a play-in. Somebody's going to end up hosting Mayport area in a play-in. And right now, that's 3-1 Fargo South over Devils Lake, which we might not have seen coming in that matchup tonight after that impressive performance against Central by Devils Lake.
Yeah, you did not see that coming. I thought that would be another Brody Forsberg show, but 3-1 South, and I think South is a point back in Devils Lake, so if that score holds, and they started early, so it's end of 2, that flips that.
Yeah.
Devils Lake and South.
That would be an interesting matchup between Devils Lake and Grafton Park River in the Eastern Dakota Conference play-in. That would be fun to watch. Here tonight, we get ready for a matchup of number 2 and number 4 in the Eastern Dakota Conference. Grand Forks Red River, the Rough Riders are on the road to take on Fargo Davies this evening. Fargo Davies enters overall 9 wins, 10 losses. Grand Forks Red River 10 wins, 6 losses, 3 wins have come in overtime to go along with that as well after 19 games for both teams. We continue with our pregame report brought to you by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. And it's brought to you tonight as well by True North Equipment, true to your values, and ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley. Let's take a look at our keys to the matchup this evening. Our keys to the game are brought to you tonight by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. They have every stick, they have every pad, they have every piece of equipment for any position that you're looking to play on the ice. And of course, they've always got precision skate sharpening, that which will give you the edge that you're looking for to get out on the ice and make the plays that you want this season. Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World, stop and see what's new for the season. For Grand Forks Red River, defending that balance, taking no shifts off. If you have an advantage tonight in balance, you really can't sit around at any point. You've got to go and maximize that opportunity. So legit effort, 3 lines deep to go out and make that happen. And then making that offensive zone yours. We saw them be very successful when they challenged Grand Forks Central, actually went after them in the offensive zone. If they're going to have a step tonight on Fargo Davies, they have to really be impactful when they're up there and play with a lot of energy when they're north of the other team's blue line.
Yeah, good points. And I would also add to that just a complete game. I mean, the one thing we've seen from River is when they've, had games that they've lost. I mean, even go back to last week to West Fargo. I mean, they give up a goal with 40 seconds left. That game could have been a regulation win, ends up being a shootout win, but they give a goal with 40 seconds left to tie it. This Davies team, they're up 3-1 North. They're up 6-2. You got to play a complete game, get the lead, and stick with it.
And then for Fargo Davies tonight, we've seen teams go after Central 2 different ways. One way, sit back, clog up the slot when they're in your offense or they're in their offensive end and kind of play that way and sort of just block things. The other way is to come out and challenge Grand Forks Central. What's been more successful? Challenging the body. When they're up in your zone, coming out and matching up almost man-to-man when you come out and play defense that way. I think that's the key. And then obviously pressing Grand Forks Red River between the pipes. Press the tender tonight. A lot of production against Ryland Carinta. Those have got to be the 2 big recipes, but I really think that if you're going to be successful against Central, if you're going to be successful against Red River, you've got to come out and challenge these players. You can't hang back and let them pass around when they're up in the offensive zone.
No, you can't sit back. And with this Red River team, if you give them, space, especially around the net, because you got those big bodies, Wasvik, Hoganson, you give those guys space around the net. Beadall is so fast, he can shoot. If you give them time and space, they're going to chew you up. So like you said, push hard, don't play scared, and defend in your end of the ice.
Yeah.
Attack.
I think it's we've seen them the most successful that teams have been against Red River has been when they come out. It's almost like a basketball defense, right? It's just player on player. You don't really play an area. You don't defend an area. You defend a man. That causes some problems for the Grand Forks teams for some reason.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens coming out in this one tonight, but those are the keys to the matchup tonight, brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season. Final break in our pregame report. When we come back, they'll be announcing starting lineups. We'll give you our projected starters as well. And then it's time to get this show on the road tonight here at Shields Arena, where it's going to be a fun one tonight on the road for Red River. Rough Riders, Fargo Davies tonight here in Fargo. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Video Sports.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College with faculty and staff here to help you succeed. We know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. National anthem performed here this evening. Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, and Luca with our video coverage again tonight. He got the car, came down with us. He's like, you know what? I like doing this thing. I'm going to do it on the road too. So Luca Carpenter is here this evening as well. Worth mentioning right now on KNOX Video Channel 2, it's home basketball tonight for Grand Forks Central as the Knights are at home against Fargo North. That's also a pivotal matchup inside the Eastern Dakota Conference tonight. Starting lineups for this one this evening. First of all, for the home team, Fargo Davies. Starting goaltenders, junior Brecken Metcalf. Starting defenders, left point will be Gunnar Majerus, and right point, Dominic Dybert.
And starting in the first line tonight, Caleb Christensen. They'll start their second line. Caleb Christensen will anchor with Brody Palmer on his left wing and Caden Steenerson on his right wing for Nate Metcalf and Fargo Davies. For Grand Forks Central, starting goaltender tonight is Rylan Corinta. Starting defenders, Cam Urian left point, Brecken Holberg right point. First line goes out to start. Rylan Beedall in the middle with Ryan Wasvik on his left wing and Caden Ulmer on his right wing for Tim Scarperud and the head coach of Grand Forks Red River. Well, Rhino, what are you looking for? What are you looking for in this one early tonight?
Well, I think for Red River, get off to a good start. Control this one early. I mean, you could say that about both teams, right? I mean, you put a little pressure on Red River if you're Fargo Davies and see what happens, but I think for Red River, jump on them right away.
Gunnar Majerus will send a puck into the offensive end for Fargo Davies to get started. Wasvik holds it up on the far wall, which will be Grand Forks Red River's left as they move left to right for those of you on the radio side of things this evening. Riders bring it back out to center, touched up by Wasvik left wing. He'll dump back up into the Fargo Davies zone, and Gunnar Majerus is back to cut it off for the Eagles. Majerus near side for Olaf Ingebretson. There was a change in the starting lineup tonight for Davies. Ingebretson was listed as a third-line winger, but he's going to move up and play on the second line tonight with Christensen and Steenerson. Backhand by Majerus to get it out. We'll see a whistle. And a draw coming up with 16:21 to play in the opening period. Scoreless on the All True scoreboard.
A little bit of a ping-pong match there to start the first period. Looks like we're just going to play top of the circles, and swap the puck around a little bit. That's going to tighten up.
That will widen out as the night moves on, I'm fairly certain. These two teams have great history with one another. They usually play very good games. Cullen Ross will dump one in for Red River, and this comes back out to the near point. A hold off the near side by Reed Krogstad. Struggled to hold the offensive and was able to do it. Griffin Hoganson plays down towards the near circle. Stop. Hoganson looking to take it back from Dallas Jackson off the right wall. This comes back to the point. Krogstad into traffic, and a shot was blocked by Emmerich Netland, who was back defensively for Fargo Davies. Puck will come back out to the neutral zone and along the checkered line. Reed Krogstad dumps it back into Davies' end. Now here's a pickoff. Hoganson from the high slot, a wrister up and over the bar. Dallas Jackson flails at the rebound but comes up empty. And the puck comes out towards the left wall where Logan Spiewak gets a touch on it, but he couldn't clear the end. Cullen Ross plays it off towards the left wall for Jackson, and Jackson will dump back into the Davies' end. Duncan Metcalf over to pick one off for the Eagles. He'll dump it up into the offensive end. We have icing, and back into the Fargo Davies zone we go. Our draws tonight brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, your hometown and #1 supplier of egg tires in the region, and Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods shop in Grand Forks.
Good shift there for Red River. That Hoganson line, again, I mean, some great passing. You can see the chemistry that's been developing throughout that line the whole year. And Griff Hoganson made some great plays, got loose, got a great shot on net, and a big save by Metcalf to keep this scoreless.
Luke Voller pushes one out towards the left wall for Fargo Davies off the draw. It's controlled by Jace Mason just inside Red River's end, but he goes across two lines. Icing now against the Riders, and we'll head back into Red River zone for a draw. But you're right, Griffin Hoganson, it seems like every time we see them play, he's close to making a play of big nature.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing we've seen from Griff is, boy, when the lights are bright, that kid seems to be at his best. In these big games, he's just always a threat. He's so big, so long. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Doesn't look like he's moving fast, Ryan, but with those long strides, he gets past you in a hurry.
Puck comes into the offensive end for Grand Forks Red River. Ooh. Eagles nearly put it in their own net. Olaf Ingebretson playing it back to his tender, looking for an opportunity to transition, and ended up putting a shot on goal. That comes back out towards the near side. Mason Peterson dumps one up ice for the Eagles, and Connor Peterson tries to hold on, skates over the top of it. A dump back in and a big hit that's levied against Red River's Stetson Brown, who comes out as part of the third line tonight. Loose puck right side. Lance Harder dumps up into the offensive end for the Rough Riders. Little contact coming from Logan Spiewak, starting a change for Fargo Davies. Puck back to Wasvik, touch pass off the wall. Great pass to center for Creighton Ulmer. Ulmer trying to get a step, does. Right circle, blasts a shot that's kicked away. Brecken Metcalf bringing the hands up to get that one down. Riders tried to keep some pressure on it. Puck will come back out to center ice. Taken back at center ice by Rylan Beedall, who comes back on the back check. Looks off the left wall for Wasvik, who puts a little shove into the middle of the back of Dominic Dybert, and Dybert plays it around for the Eagles off the right board. Another dump back into the offensive end for Red River. Wasvik picks up a ringer in the left corner, plays off the high glass to the far side. Carter Solberg back to get it, and the puck will trickle back into the neutral zone. Riders back to pick it up. Backhander by Wasvik back in, and the Riders go off on a change. 13:45 to play opening period, and we are scoreless on the all-true scoreboard. Riders a couple of opportunities. Davies looking for something in the offensive end, really for the first time tonight. Cullen Ross, Reed Krogstad, near a turnover. Krogstad will bring it back across his own slot. Then he did turn it over, but again, it was picked off by Dallas Jackson before the puck could be controlled by Caleb Steenerson. Jackson coming up into the offensive end, pushes one back behind the net. Beadall reaching back for it. Loose to Fargo Davies. Off the end wall. Steenerson back. Looking right corner for Duncan Metcalf. Metcalf steps in off the end wall. Jackson there to pressure. Puck loose in the corner, and here comes Griffin Hoganson again. Hoganson diving back in between the hash marks. Couldn't get it on his backhand side cleanly. Caden Steenerson comes away with possession of the puck for Fargo Davies. Gets a step near circle and plays one back towards the slot, but the Riders are back quickly on the back check. And now Cullen Ross, a good stretch pass to Dallas Jackson. Jackson comes up into the offensive end. Had a man on his right in the form of Tyson Ulmer. Couldn't get the puck across to him. Jace Mason pinches in for Red River. Keeps the puck deep. It works back to Steenerson on the far wall. Out to the Eagles in the neutral zone. And then quickly lost. And Spencer Vetch jumping on the ice to start a change for the Rough Riders. Will send this back into the Fargo Davies zone. Emmerich Netland back for the Eagles. Got it out as far as his own line. We'll see a whistle as perhaps a penalty coming up here. They're going to get a tripping call against the Eagles, and Red River's going on the power play. Brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online. RBBElectric.com. Connor Peterson will get the gate for tripping.
Yeah, a couple of things I like early from Red River offensively, Ryan. Everything on the rush. Red River's just taking that puck wide, right? They're not trying to make those one-on-one moves to the middle. They're not trying to beat guys with the stick handle. They're just using their speed. We saw Caden Ulmer do it. We saw Dallas Jackson. Take that puck wide, get a step, bring it to the net. Good things happen when you do that.
Power play with a penalty against Connor Peterson. Rather, I believe I have that wrong. I apologize, folks. Penalty will go against Peterson at Fargo Davies for tripping. Time of the penalty at 4 minutes, 37 seconds of the opening period. And that penalty will go. I did have it right. Connor Peterson, how about that? Short-handed opportunity for Fargo Davies coming up into the offensive end. Carter Solberg with a drive from the right wing. Going to be deflected back into the Davies end. Riders back over to pick it up. They come back to center with control of the puck. And here comes a drive up ice for Rylan Beadall. Beadall pulling around a defender. Good shot coming in on Brecken Metcalf, who holds on for the save. Really nice pull to get around a defender by Beadall. Metcalf had to be quick on the draw, and he was, to keep this one scoreless.
Yeah, Rylan Beadall recognized that the defenseman was playing loose on him, so he pulls that puck in, lets one rip, uses the defenseman as a screen, but another big save by Brecken Metcalf.
So we'll draw coming up in the Fargo Davies end with 1:24 on the penalty clock remaining against Davies. Riders still on the power play, the first man advantage of the night. Beadall high slot again, trying to pull a wrister between defenders. Got his own rebound off the wall, sent that one back in towards the net, but it sprayed wide. And the puck will come back out to the left point where Holtberg holds the offensive zone. Another puck picked up by Beadall. Again widens out, in tight, hit the right pipe. Didn't really have the angle to get it in. He'll get the puck back left circle. Tried to make a pass down to the doorstep that was blocked. He holds the puck again. Cross ice pass. Stetson Brown with a drive from the left side. Tyson Ulmer rather. And another big save by Brecken Metcalf with a glove hand. That was sharp suiting for Red River on the power play.
Big save by Metcalf. We call that the old Statue of Liberty. Ryan, you make that glove save and you bring it back in and hold it up so everyone can see it. Huge save. That's old school right there.
A little flash is what
yeah,
you're telling
a lot
me.
of flash.
They'll draw in the left circle for Red River, in the right circle for Fargo Davies to the right of Brecken Metcalf. Puck comes out to Cullen Rost, who's high on the power play. Be taken by Krogstad, back to Rost off the right point. Rost backing away from some pressure. A lot of space high for Red River to work with here. Puck from Hoganson going down to the corner. Hoganson will get it back to Rost. Hoganson high slot, looks for a chance, another one from Brecken Metcalf. The Statue of Liberty that you were talking about a moment ago.
I'll tell you what, early on in this game, I feel like Griff Hoganson's due to have a big night. Man, he had some looks early.
He has.
2 or 3 already. Shots on net. He had a couple that just missed where the puck got knocked away in the slot, but he seems all over it again tonight.
Could have a big night. Riders look good in the early going. Cullen Rost, high slot. Of course, it's on a power play, but right now running it well. Hoganson, a back dump for Rost in the high slot again. Back towards the right corner. Now Rost will take it back on the point. Back to Hoganson left side. Hoganson into the corner with 10 seconds left. Hoganson a drive, had a man there looking for the rebound in the form of Wasbig, but it sprays wide. And Fargo Davies will bring it back out into the neutral zone, and that may be enough to end the power play for Grand Forks Red River. Hoganson up in the offensive end. Riders got it back in the offensive end at the end of the power play. Cale Gruenberg with a drive from the right point. That one kicked off towards the side. Loose puck to Dallas Jackson trying to pull around a defender. He got crunched. And the loose puck will come back to the near side for Carter Solberg. Dump back into the Red River end. So the Eagles get a kill on the power play, but the Riders aren't done. And here comes more Ryland Beadall coming up the ice with a head of steam. He had a poke checked off his stick, but it's held momentarily by Caden Ulmer, and then Ulmer ends up losing control of the puck back out of the neutral zone. Hallberg looking up offensive end. A retrieval back by Caden Steenerson. Correction, not Steenerson, but rather back for Luke Voller for Fargo Davies. And Voller back behind the net waiting for it again. Sends it up right side boards to Lance Harder. Harder dumps back up into the offensive, or towards the offensive end. Harder will hold it along the line. Tried to stay onside, could not. We'll see a draw coming up on the Red River line.
Well, Red River's definitely been the aggressor offensively, but the one thing I really like from Fargo Davies is, you talked about it too, the physicality. I mean, they're getting a body on every rider they can. They're finishing every hit. If the puck goes past them, the body doesn't. So good to see defensively from Fargo Davies.
Davies winning a draw, trying to bring one up into the offensive zone. Brecken Holtberg, good poke check to keep that puck away. Here comes Dallas Jackson. Great pass, a drive coming from Hoganson. Hoganson couldn't get free to take the shot, drove right between the hash marks. Holtberg surveying, he scores from a short angle. Brecken Holtberg coming in off the right, and Holtberg will score to make it 1-0 in favor of the Riders.
Yeah, that puck just finds Brecken Holtberg far side. Watch the little shift he does here on this replay. He does a little bit of shift, and I think that freezes right there. He just gives that little freeze like he's going to go across ice to that pass. Turns and fires on net. I think he caught in that calf cheat in there.
A short-sided goal for Brecken Holtberg. The power play comes up empty, but Brecken Holtberg will score at full strength. And the time of the goal will be, they took a second off the board. I believe they had that at 7 minutes and 50 seconds of the opening period. But Brecken Holtberg will pick up the goal. Holtberg does get credit for the goals. We get the official scoring on it. Yeah, we'll have to go ahead and just take a look at the live stats online, because all we heard was Brecken Holtberg, and then it's very difficult to hear.
They've got to turn the volume up on the PA here.
I think so. They've got a better PA system than that here at Shields Arena. We know that. 1-0 Red River on the all-true scoreboard. Riders score with Brecken Holtberg getting the opening goal tonight. Deflection past the net. Dallas Jackson keeping the pressure on. Dumped it out in front for Tyson Ulmer. And a loose puck picked off the right side for the Eagles. Lance Harder trying to come up ice with it, and he's quickly turned around. And I'm looking at this one from the standpoint that for this first period, at least so far, Red River's been a step faster everywhere. Ray Dushik, good to see him back in the lineup. Dushik, a great pass and a score. Dallas Jackson on the left side. Coming in, Ray Dushik, welcome back to the lineup. He finds Jackson coming across the ice, and it's 2-0 Red River.
Yeah, great pass by Ray Dushik. I think Red River caught Fargo Davies in a little bit of a line change situation. A play that shouldn't have ended up in a 2-on-1, but does. And again, like you said, a great pass across by Dusick. Great finish by Dallas Jackson.
Let's take a look at it once again to the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency
you can see
replay.
guys jumping off the bench there trying to catch up.
But a great pass by Dushik to look out and find Dallas Jackson. That's a heck of a play for Grand Forks Red River in the early going to make it 2-0 in favor of the Rough Riders, and that's at the halfway point of the opening period. Official time of the goal is going to be at 8:45. It'll be Dallas Jackson from Ray Dushik on that play. And 2-0 Red River on top. Dushik missed a lot of games, and now here's a loose puck coming up the ice and an opportunity for Logan Spiewak. He ends up losing the puck in the corner for Fargo Davies, or he would have had a chance at the net if he could have been able to poke free and pick up control on the way in. Carter Solberg trying to bury for Davies, played it out to the point. Kaysen Currents with a drive that goes wide, and this is really the first opportunity that the Eagles have had to play offense here tonight.
Yeah, I think if you're Red River, you're looking at it like Fargo Davies has not generated much. The only chances they've had, Ryan, have been on sort of Red River's mistakes, their turnovers, that kind of thing. So if you're Red River, foot on the gas, make sure you stay out of the box because you're in control of this game right now.
Ryland Beadall coming up in the offensive end, had a step momentarily, works back to Spiewak for Fargo Davies along the Eagles line. Riders play it back to their own line, taken there by Kalen Svoboda. Svoboda plays it off the far wall. A step now for Beadall, trying to drag up into the offensive end. Riders are offside if they come up. There it is. Beadall did not make himself available to get out of the offensive zone as that puck was brought up by Ryan Wasvik. And we'll draw coming up in the Fargo Davies end, or rather on the Fargo Davies line, with just under 7 to play in the opening period. 2-0 Red River.
Shots are listed at now at 7-0 in favor of Red River.
Yeah, there just hasn't been anything for Fargo Davies to hang their hat on. They've been a little slow around the ice against Red River. Brody Palmer looking up the ice for the Eagles, trying to squeeze a pass to Caleb Christensen. Broken up by the Riders back on the back check, and now a battle for the puck that's won by Caden Ulmer, who tosses one back into the neutral zone. Wasvik deflects a pass. This is one right side by Caden Steenerson. Steenerson trying to pull free on the high slot. Riders get back to it, and those puck picked up by Beadall. And here's one of the reasons why. It seems like Red River's been great on the back check tonight.
They have. I mean, you saw it right there. This is going to be a goal. Oh,
no, Beadall gets sniped by Metcalf as a good pass coming from Caden Ulmer, and Beadall gets stopped by Metcalf. And it looked like Beadall had all day to size him up. But getting back into the defensive end, boy, they had great numbers back tonight.
100%. And River wasn't exactly clean right there. I mean, they fumbled a few pucks, but it's like every time Davies moved past a layer, there's another rider. And they move past him, and here's another rider. And then here's another one coming back. And a play that maybe could have turned into something, Red River just snuffs that out and then turns it into a chance on the other end.
Riders leading 2-0 and up ice in the offensive zone, looking for control and a draw that came out on the line. Puck squeezes loose behind the net. Duncan Metcalf for Fargo Davies works out neutral zone. Ingebretson will dump one back towards the Red River end. Riders, though, again, back to cut it off. Brecken Holtberg looking out towards the right side. Leaves it behind his own net. Cullen Ross will step away from pressure. And now Ross, correction, not Ross, but rather Stetson Brown coming back out from behind his own net. Pushes us back up the ice. Here's Cam Irian. Oh, what a great save near side. And Hoganson gets absolutely stoned by Metcalf after a great pass from Irian that put it right on the doorstep. Fargo Davies will clear. Well, you take a look at this again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. This is Irian getting into the corner. Made a terrific pass to a wide open man. And Griffin Hoganson had every right to have a goal in that situation. He comes away empty.
Yeah, also noted great play by Cam Irian there. He started that rush, kind of broke it up, but then he just continued advancing the puck and ends up making a great pass to Griff Hoganson backdoor, like you said.
Cullen Ross behind the net to Stetson Brown off the draw for Red River. This will ring back towards the far corner now. Dominic Dybert over to pick it up for the Eagles. Played out to Carter Solberg, and Solberg got tied up against the wall. Stetson Brown reaching in, looking for control. Got it from Gruenberg, but lost the puck behind him. Then the Riders force a turnover and send one back into the neutral zone. Krogstad will dump it back in. Riders want to change up. Fargo Davies after the puck in the form of Gunnar Majerus, who's a captain back on the blue line. Ring back up right side boards for Solberg, but just a touch back up into the Red River end, and Reed Krogstad beats the group back. There were a couple of good players coming up there. Kason Currents, Logan Spiewak, and Krogstad got back behind both of them and just able to once again back check this way through it. And now Cullen Ross tried to pull between defenders and did so successfully. Goes and gets a loose puck in the right corner. Wasvik fends off some contact with control. Back behind the net, a step by Beadall. Beadall to the left corner, being chased, holds the puck, steps out and played it back towards the high slot. Jace Mason, he's got a chance to drive in. Puck deflected up and over the bar. Loose puck to the right side for Wasvik, who pulls it free. Wasvik dumps it back into the corner for Ulmer. Ulmer, a bump off the wall. Comes back to the right point for Svoboda. He looked back to Ulmer behind the net. Beadall trying to find it also. It's carried away by Luke Voller for Fargo Davies. Rung back up the far boards, but only as far as the neutral zone. Then Mason put one right into an official, and Fargo Davies iced the puck with 4:09 left of the first period.
A lot of time and space for Red River in the neutral zone, right? I mean, if they clear that first layer of forecheckers for Fargo Davies, it's like after that, it just opens up. And they have all kinds of time, and they're just hitting that zone with speed every time on the rush. They're just killing Davies right now. Davies got to figure out a way to either layer up a little better, get their D more involved. I mean, they got to figure something out because Red River has too much time through the middle of the ice.
The other part is that the back check just never really materializes after the Riders end up beating Davies. It takes quite a while for somebody to get back and check the Riders back behind the goal line. For whatever reason, there's just a lot of time to work back there tonight. Loose puck off the right. Tyson Ulmer driving in. Got it back to Hoganson, who put one through the crease. Ends up in the far corner. And the Eagles try to chase it down with Caden Steenerson. Steenerson off the wall, coming back right side, able to find Brody Palmer. Palmer up into the neutral zone, hit by a pair of Riders as he dumps it up into the offensive end. Mason back on the back check, dumps it back towards the right, and really no one there for Davies to hold the pursuit. Now a puck gets deflected. Riders are offside if they touch it up. Jackson will vacate, and a puck stretched out on the left wall looking for Fargo Davies' Caleb Christensen. Christensen a touch into the corner. Picked up by Steenerson off the wall. Steenerson gets mowed, got back behind the net, and got run down. He gets back to his feet, then lost the puck again. This will be chipped out towards the left, and here come the Riders on the rush. It's pitched in the air by Cale Gruenberg, but once again offside. That was an aggressive play by Gruenberg. Put the puck up in the air about 10 feet, then watched it come down to him and went back and got it. I didn't know you could do that, Ryan.
Well, I don't know if he tried. I think he tried to just do a soft little chip and then pulled out the 60-degree by accident and flipped him straight up in the air.
I was going to say, in basketball, that's traveling. You can't do things like that. Gruenberg will dump it up the left wall for Red River off the draw. 3 minutes to play. All true scoreboard here in the opening period reads Red River 2 and Fargo Davies nothing. Scoreboard updates brought to you by Ultra tonight. Puck back out to center ice. Connor Peterson looking up. Has an offensive opportunity here. Shot from the right wing was blocked. It was Hunter Kupich that tried to get that shot away. Ends up being blocked on the way through. And the Riders up ice now. Odd man rush. Quick pass down to the doorstep. Gruenberg ends up fanning on it. Back out on top. Irian with a chance on a one-timer. That got deflected on the way through, and Fargo Davies will clear it again.
Man, what a pass by Spencer Vetch. I didn't think he saw him. I mean, you saw Irian coming in late. Spencer Vetch's back was to the plate, and he turned around and just threw that right on the tape of Cam Irian, who just kind of fanned on that shot, didn't get all of it.
A couple of good opportunities there, though.
Again, but you talked about it. Where's the back check? Like, how is a defenseman coming in and being that wide open? Like, Fargo Davies got to figure something out because they're not defending anywhere right now, really.
2.5 minutes left of the opening frame. Puck back out to center ice off the draw. Out of the Fargo Davies end. This will come back to the right. Carter Solberg looking to go up ice with it. Riders over to cut it off. Loose puck taken by Ulmer. Ulmer takes a look up ice. Off to Irian, and then Irian turned it over. Stepping free and looking for an opportunity with Spiewak. Spiewak off the right point. Tried to spray one in. Has it blocked. Caden Ulmer came away with possession. And then the Eagles will dump it back down. Mason Peterson there to challenge. Back up into the neutral zone. Stretch pass for Wasvik. He'll come across ice looking for Ulmer, who drives one in. I think they're offside if they touch up here. Could have been, but in the long run, they'll say play through it. Wasvik into the corner, looking back at Beadall. That one steps through. Loose puck to Tyson Ulmer for Red River. Ulmer back into the corner for Wasvik. It pops on a dasher. He'll play it back to the left point for Cullen Rost. Rost trying to step away from some pressure. Into the corner. A touch off by Tyson Ulmer. Back to Rost again. Ross stepping between defenders, tried to get a shot away from the top of the right circle. Went over the top of it. Logan Spiewak picks it away. Comes back to Solberg on the right. Solberg took a dump with Cullen Ross getting the shot in, and we're down to 1:20 to play in the opening frame. Krogstad ends up turning the puck over. It's driven in on the right by Brody Palmer. He takes a hit from Rost as well, and they engage after the conversation. Back out to the right point. Shot gets blocked off the point from Gunnar Majerus. Loose puck to Dallas Jackson for Red River, and the Riders circle out and come back towards the near side boards. Down to 1 minute to play of the opening period. It's been a good first period for Red River. As of yet, they have not given up an official shot on goal. Jackson trying to go turnaround. Quick opportunity inside. Another save by Brecken Metcalf after Tyson Ulmer sniped at it.
Boy, that wasn't a hard shot, Ryan, but it was a shot from the top of the paint, and Ulmer didn't get all of it as he was defended well, but it came in on Metcalf, and he just fought through all the traffic and gloved that one down. So he's been, man, has he been good this period?
Yeah, he's had to be. He's had to make 10 saves in the opening period. And some of them have been very, I mean, like
he's got 3 or 4 real
grade
good
A
ones.
scoring chances at this point. Riders get dumped against the wall. Dallas Jackson comes back out to the point. A look from Caden Svoboda puts it back behind the net. It's loose. A wave at another kick save that time. Brecken Metcalf just lazily kicking at a shot from Tyson Ulmer and turned it aside. Up ice, Carter Solberg looking for a chance. That goes wide of the net. And the puck will rebound back out towards the left point. Quick one-timer by Spiewak. There's their first shot and a good save by Brecken. Correction by Rylan Carinta. Spiewak got all of a one-timer, and Carinta was there to make the stop.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it was a shot from the top of the circles. It was a one-timer, though, and like you said, Spiewak got that clean. So good job of Carinta by getting post to post and making that save, deflecting it over the glass, and we'll draw with 14 seconds left in Rider zone.
Stay with us as we go into the intermission. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from our first period of play. Riders, couple of nice goals that were scored in the opening frame. Several other chances, a couple of big saves that we'll talk about as well. They're trying to get a puck out of the net over there. Off the draw, Spiewak, a wrister, floats wide, comes back towards the left point off the rebound. This will work back into the corner. Chance for Brecken Holberg to clear it out. Clock to 10 seconds. This isn't going to get beyond the line, so Luke Voller will cut it off for Davies. Turns it back out to the neutral zone. We're down to 5 seconds. Holberg back to get it again, and the Riders win round one, and they win it convincingly. 12-1 shots on goal in the opening frame, and it's a 2-0 lead on the all-true scoreboard for Grand Forks Red River at the end of one over Fargo Davies. And Ryan, it seemed like it took about 14 minutes for Fargo Davies to really find game speed here tonight.
Yeah, they felt behind the play in all three zones. Offensively, couldn't get much going. Neutral zone, they were getting chewed up like crazy. In their defensive zone, Red River got to the net way too many times, and Metcalf had to make too many big saves that period.
Yeah, they just didn't have enough time up front to produce either, and that's something that they'll have to talk about with Nate Metcalf going into the locker room with his team after period number one tonight. And that's going to take us to our intermission report. And our intermission report this evening is brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the men of steel, and by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Never mind the graphics that are on the screen here at this point, folks. We'll get all that fixed up for you. We had the Devil's Own time getting ready here today. There were some things that we weren't quite aware of that were happening, and once we found out, well, you know what? We were able to make some adjustments, and it's all good because Ryan and Luca and I have done this once or twice before, and so we were able to kind of fix it up. But we're still in the process of fixing up a couple of things to make this one look just pretty for you tonight. At the end of a period of play, your score on the all-true scoreboard is Grand Forks Red River 2 and Fargo Davies nothing. And our intermission report, brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine and High Plains Water, is on the way in just a couple of moments, so we invite you to stay with us for it. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports, we're back with our intermission report in just a couple of moments. Stay with us.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports this evening from Shields Arena here in Fargo, North Dakota. End of a period of play. And Grand Forks Red River with a 2-0 lead over Fargo Davies in a period that we could say was dominated by the Rough Riders. Official shots on goal are 12-1, and that shot for Fargo Davies didn't come until about the final minute of the opening frame. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Luca Carpenter with you here tonight from Shields Arena. And Ryan, we saw excellent hockey from Grand Forks Red River. They had Fargo Davies on the move. They had them on the run. Red River was fast. But they ran their offense well. They ran their power play well. They back-checked well. It wasn't just speed. It seemed like it was precision for Grand Forks Red River in the opening frame.
Yeah, I think you got to be pretty satisfied if you're Grand Forks Red River with that period. 12-1 shots, 2-0 score, in control of this game. Now, there were a couple things. We can always find some things to critique, right? A little bit of sloppy turnovers by the defensemen for Red River. Yep. Now, again, you mentioned the back-checking. That helped them out. They always had guys back. So when they made those turnovers, there's always support. But I think if you're Red River, the one thing you say, hey, our defenseman especially, you got to clean that up. That puck's got to get up the ice quick. No more east-west. Go north. And I think if you're Red River, you say, hey, look, the only chances that Davies got was when we made mistakes. They didn't generate anything on their own. Now, we know this Davies team is not going to go away, and that's just one period of 3. So Red River's got to keep it going. But I think a lot to like in that first period.
Yeah, there was a lot to like in that first period as we bring you our intermission report. Intermission report brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the men of steel. When it's time to get ready for the upcoming year, it's time for Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Broken or twisted shafts, or if you have holes that need tightening before you make your way out of the field, time to get those projects to Grand Forks Welding and Machine now. Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. With High Plains Water, you've got a system where you know the quality of living goes up in your home. No more scaly buildup around your fixtures, cleaner laundry with less detergent, appliances that last longer. These things all save you money, and better tasting tap water, well, that's a given as well. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Let's take a look at our first period highlights. And our highlights tonight are brought to you by Proceed. You need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Get this one started. Short-sided goal. Brecken Hultberg just shaking his way through that circle. And Brecken Hultberg getting things moving for Red River early just out of a power play. Then this was a great pass. Ray Dushik coming back across the ice. Great score there for Dallas Jackson, who gets the second goal. But a guy who was good tonight was Brecken Metcalf for Fargo Davies. Had to make some big saves. Look at that one right on the doorstep, robbing Griffin Hoganson of an opportunity to score. And those were your first period highlights brought to you by Proceed. You need Proceed, or you need seed rather? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Who lit the lamp in the opening period? Well, for Grand Forks Red River at 7:50, it was a goal that was credited to Brecken Hultberg with assists from Dallas Jackson and Griffin Hoganson. That made it 1-0 with a goal by Brecken Hultberg at 7:50. And then just 55 seconds later, 8:45, Dallas Jackson with an assist from Ray Dushik and Reed Krogstad. So 5 different men on the board here tonight. Dallas Jackson already with a 2-point night. He's been all around it. Who Lit the Lamp is brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Brecken Hultberg with a goal. Dallas Jackson with a goal and an assist. Griffin Hoganson deserves more than just an assist. He had an amazing first period, but you talked about balance. Brecken Hultberg's a defender. Dallas Jackson's a second liner. Griffin Hoganson's a second liner. Ray Dushik is a fourth line forward tonight and made the biggest pass so far tonight. Reed Krogstad off the blue line as well. A lot of different riders stepping up for Red River right now.
Yeah, if you're gonna have that kind of production throughout your lineup, you're a tough team to play against, and that's what we've talked about with this Red River team is if they can find that depth, it makes it challenging to play against them.
And they were definitely challenging to play against in the opening period for Fargo Davies. That's your intermission summary, and it's brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. We'll come back with more, including some scores of games that are going on. Is Central taking on West Fargo Cheyenne in a big one tonight, and we're watching closely what's happening between Fargo South Shanley and Devils Lake in positioning and tied at the Eastern Dakota Conference tonight as well. After a period of play on your All-True scoreboard, the score is Fargo Davies trailing Grand Forks Red River by a score of 2-0. We're back with more intermission in a couple of moments. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Video Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports tonight from Shields Arena, where after a period of play on your All-True scoreboard, it is 2-0 Grand Forks Red River over Fargo Davies. We get ready to go into second period action. Our intermission report tonight brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the Men of Steel at Grand Forks Welding and Machine, and brought to you by High Plains Water, your absolute source for awesome water in Grand Forks. No score over at West Fargo Sports Center tonight, as Grand Forks Central is battling West Fargo Cheyenne, and the Mustangs have committed 2 penalties tonight and have been in a shorthanded situation twice, and Central has failed to score in that. Shots are 6-4 in favor of Central. Earlier tonight, Fargo South with a 5-2 victory over Devils Lake. And we're doing a lot of scoreboard watching tonight. We can go back to our drive for the title and take a look at the standings and then update them for you. So for those of you on the video side of things, this is how we entered the night. What we know from here is that South Shanley with the win gets 3 points and moves up to the number 7 spot. That will move them to 14 points on the season. Now, the reason why that's key is that moves Devils Lake into 8th place, and in the opening round of the EDC tournament, 8 plays 9 and 7 plays 10. And that would put South Shanley in a spot where they would be hosting Mayport area, and Grafton Park River would be on the road to take on Devils Lake. And so we're watching that closely. Now again, over at West Fargo Sports Center, if Central were to be beaten tonight by Cheyenne and Red River wins here, we've got a new leader in the Eastern Dakota Conference at the end of the night tonight. So I'll be watching that game rather closely as well and see what happens over there.
Well, I'm just looking at what Bob sent us earlier today, Bob Gillen.
Yep.
World's greatest.
ND High School, well, actually it's highschoolhockeynd.com.
Right.
That's the new website this year.
World's greatest statistician.
Absolutely.
Sent this over. So I'm looking at Devils Lake and South. Each have 3 games left each. So that they had 4 going into tonight. So there's still a lot of movement between those 2 teams. So Devils Lake has Cheyenne North and South again. And then South has West Fargo Packers, Red River, and then obviously Devils Lake again.
Okay. So they play another time. Devils Lake.
They play one more time, and
interesting.
Look at those schedules. That last game that they play against each other could really mean something, and it's in Devils Lake.
Could determine if you're on the road or at home when it comes down to the play-in round of the Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament. Again, 10 teams, so 2 play-ins before the quarterfinals, and the first 2 rounds, the play-ins and the quarterfinals, all at the higher seed in the tournament, as Fargo Davies dumps one into the Red River zone to start the second period. 2-0 in favor of Red River over Fargo Davies. Puck right side, Caden Ulmer stopped along the wall. This will be dumped back into the Red River end. Long look to get to it for Cam Irian. Irian comes up the wall. Wasvik taking a look for a passing opportunity. It was deflected, and back to get it again is Brecken Holtberg. Off the boards, Irian back out the center ice. A step by Ryland Beadall, trying to drag it on his backhand side up into the offensive end. Ends up losing control of the puck in the neutral zone. Irian will dump one in from long range right into the glove of Brecken Metcalf, the goaltender, who puts it back on the ice to transition things back up, and Spiewak will dump this into the Red River zone. Krogstad back. Will ring one back up the far side boards. A backhander for Tyson Ulmer up into the neutral zone. Ulmer trying to bring it up the wall. Ends up leaving it a little loose, and a battle for control along the boards. Emmerich Netland, the defender. And now here's a breakout for Caden Steenerson. In by himself, he scores. A turnover for Grand Forks Red River that will lead to the opening goal of the night for Fargo Davies, and this is a 1-goal game, 2-1.
Yeah, huge turnover, and again, we always talk about it. Second period, you got the long change. Ryder defenseman comes off here. He's caught, and that's a breakaway goal. You got to be really careful, Ryan, on your changes, especially if you're a defenseman. You have to go all the way across the ice to make that change and cost Red River a goal there.
So the goal will be scored for Fargo Davies in the form of Caden Steenerson on a breakaway, one of their leading scorers. So Steenerson will score, probably unassisted at this point. And Steenerson looking for another one up in the offensive end. Didn't get the time of the goal for you. I apologize, folks. I believe they said it was 4:15, but I don't think that jives with what we got. It may have been 2:15 here at the second period. We'll get the official scoring on it. In the meantime, Cullen Rost back behind the net for Red River as the Riders now with a 1-goal lead to work with. Griffin Hoganson, backhander up into the offensive end. This will float back behind the Fargo Davies net. Mason Peterson's there for the Eagles. Breaks one out right side. Long stretch pass for Olaf Ingebretson. A little strong for Ingebretson. This will flow back into the Red River end. Mason off the wall. I'll look back towards the right. And this one played by Spencer Vetch up the boards. Cut off back in the neutral zone by Lance Harder for Fargo Davies. A turn back along the right side wall. Harder had a chance at it, being kicked loose. Beadall trying to play it. And I believe this is also Jace Mason that's in on top of it. This will be pulled back free by Grand Forks Red River in the form of Stetson Brown. Brown tried to rotate up into the neutral zone, and more of this period being played now in the Red River end. Fargo Davies has found a little something to work with here, coming out of the locker room into the second period. Breakout pass to Stetson Brown. Brown trying to bring it up the right boards. Got cut off. Carter Solberg with a long stretch pass up the ice, looking left wall for Spiewak, who was cherry picking on the play. Instead, the Riders will bounce it off the near wall with Svoboda, pushing one back into the Red River zone. Works back towards the right side behind the net for the Eagles. Gunnar Majerus flipping one back near end. Majerus gets taken down. Loose puck there dangerously momentarily for Ryan Wasvik. A step up. This is Hultberg pinching up. A quick toss out in front for Beedall. Beedall hit it just wide. Good aggressive play by Brecken Hultberg to create an offensive opportunity.
Yeah, you mentioned it though, Ryan. I love the pushback here by Fargo Davies. I mean, you know, Nate Metcalf is going to make some adjustments, and we've seen him early. They have Red River on their heels right now. That was their first good chance 3 minutes into this period.
Irian up into the offensive end for Wasvik. Wasvik back behind the Fargo Davies net. Backhands one back out to the near point. Irian a step back, playing back for Ulmer. Ulmer attacking the high slot. Hultberg with the wrister. Metcalf put up a rebound, but it goes wide before Beedall could scoop it up. A high rebound that came out wide as well. Oh, Beedall just driving through the slot, and he scores. Ryland Beedall from the high slot roofs one top shelf, and the Riders strike back to make it a 3-1 game.
Yeah, we've seen Ryland Beedall. He does that so often, Ryan, where he comes out of the corner, he walks up high. If he has a lane in the middle, he drives and takes it. If he doesn't, he just continues on and kind of looks for that pass across seam. But right there, just the seas parted, and he walked down Broadway and ripped one.
Take a look at it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and this is Beedall just picking a spot.
Boom, right there.
Stepped right between two defenders and had all kinds of space again, Ryan. And, you know, that's the thing about that play that strikes you is that it's not just the fact that he scored and stepped between defenders, but no one stepped up to adjust. He had 10 feet on either side of him after he got through the first wave of defense.
And give him credit, he made a little shimmy between the two defenders, but that's a hard play to defend, especially with someone like Beedall who's strong and fast, Ryan, because at some point the one defender has to hand off the second defender, and if that's not clean, you have that lane, and that's what he took right there.
He took it, and I suppose if you come over from one of the edges defensively, there's a big hit into the wall, and we see the crumple of Brody Palmer, and this could end up being a major penalty against Grand Forks Red River. Dallas Jackson, no correction, that's Tyson Ulmer. That committed the hit, and Ulmer's on his way over to the box.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt this will be 5.
Time of the penalty is going to be at 4:26.
I mean, the only saving grace for Tyson Ulmer is that he kind of turned at the last second, but I still think they're going to go 5. Yeah,
apologies, folks. 4:21 the time of the penalty. And let's see what they've got here. That was a very quick conversation between the official and the scorer's table.
Yeah, I think Tim Scarpert is kind of saying the same thing.
It's a 5-minute major.
Like he might have turned into that, but still, it's a 5-minute major all day.
We'll see what the penalty is going to be. It's going to be a boarding call. No misconduct, though.
Nope.
But a 5-minute major for boarding. So here comes the all-you-can-eat power play for Fargo Davies. 5-minute major penalty against Red River. Power play brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, online. RBBelectric.com. And Davies can do a lot of damage here. Their first opportunity on the man advantage tonight. They pass across the hash marks, and a good clear by Ryan Wasvik immediately.
Yeah, and we know what Red River can do shorthanded, Ryan. They have some guys, you think Beedall and Griff Hoganson, who might want to think about jumping the rush here and getting a shorthanded goal. So be careful if you're Fargo Davies. Don't sleep on that.
Red River clears again. While they do that, a little keeping here. Fargo Davies goal, Caden Steenerson was unassisted, and that came at 1:14 of the opening period, or rather second period. And then Red River's Ryland Beedall, an assist from Brecken Hultberg. That came at 3:47. 5-minute major penalty against Red River. 4:15 left of a power play, and Davies can't hold the offensive zone. They sent one back out neutral ice, and the Riders look to charge it. And now a turnover. Red River coming up with Beedall trying to attack shorthanded. Ends up losing the puck behind him. Logan Spiewak comes away with it. Looks to Carter Solberg on the right wing, and Solberg will dump into the Red River end. Hultberg back behind the net, looking to ring it up left wall. Cut off on the point by Dominic Dybert. Dybert coming high slot looking. Off towards the right point, steers one back high, and a quick shot in on Carinta, who was able to deflect it. Shot came from the high slot from Emmerich Netland, and we'll see a draw with 3:43 left to go on the power play for Fargo Davies.
Yeah, that's not a bad play by Fargo Davies. Just get that puck to the middle, top of the point, and just let one rip. Make sure you have traffic a little bit there, but Carinta was able to track that puck and knock it out of play for a face-off.
They'll draw to the left of Ryland Corinta. And we'll see Caleb Christensen going to the face-off circle, and he wins one for Fargo Davies. To the point, Netland looking back off left point, was able to find Connor Peterson. Back to Netland. Pass to the right for Caden Steenerson. Steenerson back to Netland, high once again. Steenerson right circle, looking down to the doorstep. A quick pass across, and a chance that Corinta stops. Big shot that came from the left circle by Connor Peterson, and Ryland Corinta steps big.
Boy, that was a perfectly executed play there by Fargo Davies. That's exactly what they wanted to do. They got it, but Ryland Corinta got his pad out somehow and made that save.
Big save for Corinta. Puck back into the neutral zone. Fargo Davies coming up into the offensive end, and the puck will leak over into the far corner. Riders back trying to cut it off in that far corner, and they ring it out near edge. Ray Dushik trying to chase one down. A nervous look by Brecken Metcalf waiting for a transition play. Dushik puts a body into the wall. That was Connor Peterson, and now Dushik stepping up on top of the crease. It comes back left side for Peterson for Fargo Davies, and here comes Carter Solberg up into the action. Solberg back behind the net. Rost over to cut it off. Power play nearly halfway expired. Davies looking for the next opportunity to cycle. One-timer scores from the high slot. Duncan Metcalf out high will score. Metcalf scores on the one-time chance. And the first goal of the 5-minute major is in. Power play goal for Fargo Davies cuts the lead to 1.
Yep, that's the play right there. We just talked about it. Just taking that shot, even if it's from far away, even if it's from the blue line, just getting pucks on net. In that case, Duncan Metcalf just got that puck, that pass, and got that shot off quick, and Corinta just couldn't get over and track it in time.
Time of the goal at 6:48 on the power play. Duncan Metcalf makes it 3-2. Grand Forks Red Rivers lead again cut to 1. And the power play continues for another 2.5 minutes. Hultberg from the red line puts one on net off the draw. So the Riders still playing shorthanded. The 5-minute major does damage once, and if the Eagles do damage again, this game gets tied up after a first period that the Riders dominated. They still have a shots on goal advantage of 17-5. 5 shots, 2 goals for Fargo Davies here in the matchup. Duncan Metcalf off to the left side, and we'll see a drive up ice by Carter Solberg into the corner. Hultberg chased him, works back to the wall for Duncan Metcalf, and he stepped over it. This will work back into the neutral zone. Metcalf back to Spiewak on the right. Under 2 now on the power play clock. Metcalf looking right side for Solberg. He'll be challenged. Solberg driving in against Cam Urian in towards the corner. Solberg touched. Hultberg will jab it back up the wall. Spiewak steps in looking for control for Davies. Comes off the boards again. And now off the wall, back out high slot. Another wrister knocked down in front of the net, blocked by the Riders. That wrister came from Emmerich Netland. Riders good back to defense, able to knock that one down.
Yeah, and then we should mention too, I mean, Tyson Allmers, they're probably their best penalty killer. And so now they have to kill this 5-minute without their best penalty killer. He's sitting in the box.
Still 1:19 to go on that power play. Steenerson a shot that's deflected wide. Cam Urian confronted the point and blocked the shot. It works back towards the right. Riders tried to leak a pass out for Dallas Jackson, shorthanded. Jackson was waiting for it. Griffin Hoganson made the play, but Riders couldn't get to it. However, Red River putting on a little pressure here. Krogstad throws a body. Loose puck into the corner. It'll be chased by Gunnar Majerus for Fargo Davies, and the Riders will pitch it out. Krogstad a good clear.
Yeah, for the most part, a pretty good kill by Red River. I really like what they're doing, Ryan. They're passive when Davies hasn't set up, but when that puck is loose, there is 2 Red River penalty killers on that thing, trying to clear it as fast as they can. I really like that.
Caden Steenerson coming through the neutral zone. Works down to the corner. Steenerson springing back towards the near side. He'll be cut off in the corner by Cullen Rost. Puck will leak back to the half wall. Rost turning, taking a look, springs one back down the wall. It floats back towards the left. Davies holds the zone with Connor Peterson on the left wing. Works back into the corner. Quick pass across the slot. They had Solberg there, and Solberg just couldn't pull it in. It was a rocket pass out of the corner from Gunnar Majerus. He read it well. Back out into the neutral zone. Eagles come back up offensively with 5 seconds left in the power play. Another chance and a rebounded puck in Corinta over to make a big stop. The net's still empty. The puck is loose. One of the Riders ends up on top of it after Corinta was waiting for the official to step in and stop the play. Corinta made a big save. The net was open, and Reed Krogstad ends up landing on top of the puck before the Eagles can jab one into an empty net. And Red River holds on as the power play comes to an end, still with a 1-goal lead.
Boy, that was a huge, huge opportunity for Davies. It all started right here on this blue line ride. A Red River player rung the puck hard, and Kaysen Kearns made a great play in the blue line to keep that puck in. I thought there's no way this is staying in. He kept it in and turns it into a couple of really good chances for Davies.
They're still scoreless over at West Fargo Sports Center, and the Riders will ice the puck off the draw. Here it's 3-2. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by All True. Regular screenings with All True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000.
Back to 5-on-5 now. Red River's got to get going here. The 3-2 game.
Next goal is important.
Next goal is very important.
1-goal lead for Red River. They led by 2 twice tonight. Loose puck off the draw that Jace Mason pitches back out towards the left boards. It's cut off, sprayed back in by a newly aggressive Fargo Davies team. Gunnar Majerus, couple of plays here. Here's Beedall coming up the ice. Looks for Ulmer trying to crash through the slot. Ulmer got turned around on a hit from behind that came from Dominic Dybert, and the puck's up against the near side wall. Floats back behind the net. Dybert continuing to chase it. Near side for Steenerson trying to play up the ice, rather Solberg. Put back behind the net. Dybert another chase for Fargo Davies. Left side, Logan Spiewak. He'll come back to Solberg, and Solberg ends up turning the puck over. Riders tried to drive into it in the corner. It was picked up by Wasvik momentarily. Now it's Ulmer looking for Wasvik. He got to it, tried to play it high slot. Mason couldn't get over to close the gate on that pass, and the Riders have to get back onside. Back out neutral zone, Tyson Ulmer, newly out of the box. Looking left side, Beedall, great pass to Ulmer, a backhand flip, and there's Metcalf to hold it with the glove.
Good pressure from Red River for this last 90 seconds, Ryan. I mean, there were several chances for Fargo Davies to clear that puck. They had the puck on their stick, they had a little time, they had a little space, but Red River closed so quick and kept that puck in probably 2 or 3 times when they shouldn't have.
We'll draw to the right of Brecken Metcalf in the Fargo Davies zone. Griffin Hoganson waiting to take the draw, and he wins it. Riders come up with control. Irian stepping around a defender into Hoganson, back behind the net. Hoganson played one top of the paint. Tyson Ulmer couldn't quite get there, but Ulmer able to throw a body and hold the puck in the corner. Works out to the far side, a flip off the glass by Hunter Peterson out on the ice for Fargo Davies, and we'll see a hand pass coming up here. And we're going to waltz on down to the Red River end for a draw. Draws brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region. And draws brought to you tonight as well by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks.
I didn't think there was a hand pass. I thought Tyson Ulmer caught it, laid it down, played it with his stick, but they're saying otherwise.
Oh, you know, the differences in how the game is seen between Fargo and Grand Forks, Rhino. Talked about that before. Shot from the left wing by Caleb Christensen. Corinta steers it aside. It was in this facility. There was a famous boarding call.
Yes, there was, right here, in front of us.
Yep. Puck comes back out to the point again. Another chance that gets blocked. Loose puck off the near wall. It works back to the point. Luke Voller just kind of firing away with abandon here for Fargo Davies as he continues to retrieve the puck on that right point. Steered back in, Caleb Christensen dumps it back behind the net. Tyson Ulmer throws a body to shield off. An Eagle trying to come up with control. This is played back towards Dallas Jackson at center ice, and now Beedall gets pulled down from behind. That's a good play by Beedall. He got a step and an interference call coming up against Duncan Metcalf that will put the Riders back on the power play.
I think it was Ulmer, actually, that tried to step around that.
Did I say Beedall?
Yeah, you
My
said
apologies.
Beedall,
it was Tyson Ulmer.
I know what you meant.
Yep. Right. I got you.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I don't short anybody. Did they put Steenerson in the box?
They put 19.
They put Brody Palmer in the box. Okay. So it'll be Palmer for interference. Time of the penalty is going to be at 11 minutes and 36 seconds. Nope, 11 minutes and 31 seconds of the period. And a power play brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online. RBBelectric.com. Riders going to be hungry for a goal here. Their 2-goal lead they've had twice has been challenged to 1 twice. Brecken Hultberg, Beedall, high slot, wrister up and over the bar. Trying to go top shelf again as he did earlier in the matchup. Ulmer keeps a puck in the corner for Red River. A look, steered back out to the point. Hultberg taking a look. Right side, Beedall, one-timer, and another nonchalant catch by Brecken Metcalf, who makes that play look easy.
I don't think Beedall got all that one, and I think he's blaming his stick for that. That's fine. I like that move. I've done that before. Let everyone know that wasn't your best effort, but it was a good save by Metcalf, because sometimes, you go down to make that save, think it's going to come on you quick, get that change up, and you have to kind of adjust, and he made the save.
Riders win a draw. Beadall taking control of the puck, right circle. Looking, tried to go short-sided with it. This will ring off the boards. Come back out to the near point. No chance for Red River to hold the zone. It's cleared by Carter Sahlberg for Fargo Davies. Sahlberg dunks one back up into the Red River end. 1:15 left to go of the power play for Grand Forks Red River. Riders back up ice. A look off the right, little toss to Tyson Ulmer. Off to the high slot, Hultberg quarterbacking. Beadall has it. Lots of space given on the outside for Red River on their power plays tonight. Little feather pass to Hultberg off the right wall. Hultberg stepping away from pressure. Beadall high slot looking for an open lane. Can't find it. Dishes back to Hultberg. Whistles a one-timer right by the net. Loose puck cleared by Christensen, and Beadall can't hold the zone. This will spring back into the Red River end.
Long change.
Riders trying to catch them in that change.
Couldn't do it.
Not quite there, but Beadall stepping up offensive end again. Playing off to the right circle, looking for Caden Ulmer. Ulmer back to the point for Jackson. Back in for Caden Ulmer. Stopped in the far corner. Gunnar Majerus. This will come back out in the neutral zone. Cullen Ross made a nice play on that clearing attempt. Got the puck out in midair. Was able to knock that down to at least lessen the damage of getting back onside. And now Dybert will clear this back into the Red River end.
Yeah, it was a nice play. His teammates didn't realize they kind of came off the ice a little bit slow and ended up being offsides for several seconds.
10 seconds left power play, and then Griffin Hoganson ended up losing control of a puck that he overskated. And that'll be the end of the power play. So Fargo Davies back to full strength. Riders leading 3-2. They failed to convert on the power play. Red River back up into the offensive end. Cullen Ross leading the charge. Toss to Grunberg. Picked up behind the plate. Jackson with a shot that goes wide of the net. Grunberg over trying to battle for control against Brody Palmer, who just got done in the bin. Puck comes back out to center ice, and Olaf Ingebretson knocks one down. He's 2-on-2 with Palmer. And Ingebretson played it back up into the offensive zone, didn't have the angle. A turn off the wall by Reed Krogstedt. It's won by Cale Gruenberg. He looks for Dallas Jackson. Jackson will dump it up into the offensive zone as the Riders change up with 2:50 to play in the second period. Dump up by Olaf Ingebretson. Krogstedt back for it. Backhander up the near side wall. Wasvik was waiting for it. Instead, it turns back to Spiewak in the far corner for Fargo Davies. Spiewak holding it up against the end wall, and Krogstedt paying him a visit with the body. Comes loose again. Caden Ulmer, backhander off the boards. Kaysen Currents with a touch. I don't think we've said his name tonight. First line center, and I don't think we've said Currents' name throughout the course of the night this evening.
Other than that great hold he had on the power play.
Here comes Ulmer driving up the ice, tried to go short-sided, maybe a pass. Picks it up out of the corner, but he's hounded the entire way by Mason Peterson, playing his body all the way through. Ryan Kutz wants a holding call. Not going to get it there.
I think that should have been a holding.
Puck comes back to the left point. Sahlberg with a chance. Nice knock away by Corinta. Sahlberg looking to pick it up again. Cycles back into the right corner. A look out towards the point. Sahlberg will dump it back down the wall. Tie up behind the net. Christensen fighting it back to Palmer. He comes high slot. Chance into traffic. Deflected. Christensen digging at it, and Rylan Corinta reaches down to cover up for Red River.
Davies has had a lot of success with those shots from the point, Ryan. A lot of success. They're getting traffic. They're getting rebounds. They got Cruden a little bit off balance on those shots. You can't see them. I'd keep going that route if I was Fargo Davies.
Shots are 19-13 now. They were 12-1 at the end of the opening period. So that tells you that Fargo Davies, the more aggressive, better team here in the second frame. They've cut a 2-goal lead to 1 at 3-2, including a power play goal on a 5-minute major penalty assessed to Red River. Puck off the right boards. Tushik up into the offensive end, and a good fight through traffic by Spencer Vetch to try to hold an offensive edge on it. Currents dumps one through the neutral zone. This will loop through, and Steenerson back after it for Fargo Davies, but Cam Urian will chase him off the puck for Red River, and the Riders transition back into the neutral zone. Drive off the right. Drive coming in for Vetch. Vetch getting to the doorstep, and Grunberg waves at a puck with an opening that he couldn't quite connect on. And this will be dumped into the Red River bench for a draw.
Yeah, we talked about Red River doing that a lot in the first period. Haven't seen it much this period where, hey, just get the puck coming in hot on the wall, beat that defenseman wide, get a step, and bring it to the net. And good things generally happen. That time, Vets just missed an opportunity to score there.
We'll draw inside the the Fargo Davies zone, and we'll move into the final minute of the frame. Puck back at neutral ice. Griffin Hoganson trying to fight away with control. Dumps this one back into the offensive end. A chase for control of the puck in the corner. And a hard dive coming in from Hoganson, trying to hold an edge on it. Hoganson back to get it. He's in the neutral zone. Comes back off towards the right. And a drive up ice by Brecken Holberg that was blocked. But Dallas Jackson giving good chase with Tyson Ulmer. Hoganson on a touch there as well. But the Riders can't hold the puck. This comes back out to center. And a drive off the wall by Hunter Kupich for Fargo Davies. That'll be cut off on the back check by Rost for Red River. And Rost battles up against the wall with it. Drive into traffic. Corinta makes a paddle save. This works back to the near boards for Spiewak, who dodges a hit from Holberg. Spiewak dumping back into the circle. Jackson fighting for control. A short and soft shot from Connor Peterson. Riders clear it, and that's going to be the end of the second period. So the second period comes to an end. And Grand Forks Red River giving a little bit of the momentum back in this one, I would say. Riders had a good run through the first period in this matchup, but here in the second period, Fargo Davies able to get some things back closer to even. And this is now a one-goal game. Your score at the end of 2 periods of play, 3-2 in favor of Red River as we get ready for the third. Tough to know who's got momentum going into the third period, Rhino.
Yeah, we thought Red River would have some momentum coming out in the second, but they kind of did all the things that we said don't do. They got penalty trouble, took a 5-minute major that resulted in some goals and some chances, killed momentum, and gave Fargo Davies life. But hats off to Davies. They pushed back hard.
They did.
In that period. They were probably the aggressor and controlled the play for most of that period.
3-2 your score after 2 as we go to our second intermission. Intermission report brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Update scores, a couple of highlights from the period coming up. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Video Sports.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World. ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Blue Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
We welcome you back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. We have reached Intermission this evening, and our intermission report brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. With the system from High Plains Water, you know that you're going to have a higher standard of living in your home when you put that to work for you. No more scaly buildup around your fixtures. That obviously helps the look of your home. You're going to have better tasting tap water right out of the tap, because when you've got that better tasting tap water, you know that in that situation you're going to drink more, and that's healthier for you. Along with softer skin out of the shower, no more issues with that. And of course, you're going to have cleaner laundry with less detergent as well. All those things save you money, along with longer life on your appliances. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. And Grand Forks Welding and Machine, we are the men of steel at Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Time to get those projects fixed before it's time to start another season. It's hard to believe it's February already. We have, what is it? Today's the 4th, so Friday would be the 7th. We've got one more full week of hockey before Eastern Dakota Conference tournament time. That's it. One more week of the regular season after this week. So it's time. The seasons are changing over. It's time for you to get the projects completed that you need to at Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Get those holes tightened up around your machinery. Get those broken or twisted shafts fixed and ready to go. Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. This one's 3-2 in favor of Grand Forks Red River over Fargo Davies at the second intermission. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, and Luca Carpenter with our video work tonight. And well, Fargo Davies came out of the gate and answered the challenge from the opening period. Grand Forks Red River able to get a goal back in the middle of all that on a great play from Rylan Beadall, but the power play was a big factor. Fargo Davies scores in the power play, and it's a one-goal game as we get ready to go to the third period. A good one tonight.
Yeah, obviously a 5-inning major is going to be a factor no matter what, whether they score or not. It's going to take your 5-on-5 offense off the ice for 5 minutes. But like you said, Davies was able to cash in. But even before that, I mean, the period started off with a much better push by Fargo Davies. They seemed to have no life in the first period. In the second period, they had a renewed sense of energy. It felt like a little bit of desperation. They played well. They got the 5-minute, and they carried on throughout, even after that. I mean, obviously Red River had some chances, in the second half of that period, but that was a lot of Davies and very little Red River.
Yeah, and that's obviously going to be a situation that Tim Scarper is going to talk about in his locker room as we move into our highlights from the second period. Highlights brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. It starts on the scoring with Fargo Davies. This is a turnover, and that's what leads to the first goal. Caden Steenerson coming in after the turnover and an unassisted goal. Red River came right back, though. It's a brilliant play from Rylan Beadall. Through two defenders, top shelf to score. That made it a 3-1 game at that point. But then on the power play, another goal that's going to come from long range out high tonight, and a quick chance that goes in on a one-timer on the power play. And those were the highlights of the opening period as we saw Metcalf get in on the scoring. And our opening period, or their second period highlights, brought to you by our friends at Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Or rather, Davies just a little bit more crisp moving the puck around. They seemed to have a little bit more energy, and that power play, they executed it very well. Right off the draw, they were going to work, and Red River took a couple of minutes before they got into their penalty kill.
Yeah, they did. And the other thing, too, is we talked about in the first period how much time and space Red River had. It just seemed like they could do whatever they wanted, and even in those instances where Red River turned the puck over, they still had time to kind of recover and make a play, right? But not that period. It just seemed like every time Red River got the puck, there was a Davies player right there. There were several instances where Red River had chances to clear the puck, but Red River stood the blue line, kept it in, extended shifts, got chances off of it. So a lot to like if you're Nate Metcalf and the Fargo Davies Eagles. Like you said, it's kind of hard to get a read as we count down here to the start of this third period. Who's going to come out and take this game over?
Scoring that we had for you in the second period. Who Lit the Lamp? Brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Second period, that breakaway goal for Caden Steenerson. That was an unassisted goal for Steenerson. So Steenerson all alone at 114. Grand Forks Red River, they come back with a goal from Rylan Beadall. An assist from Brecken Holtberg, and Beadall finds himself on the board for the first time tonight. Brecken Holtberg now a 2-point night. A goal and an assist for Brecken Holtberg. And then on the power play, it's Duncan Metcalf with assists from Carter Solberg and Gunnar Majerus. That came at 6:48, and then we settled in after that point. But Caden Steenerson lights the lamp. Rylan Beadall lights the lamp. Duncan Metcalf lights the lamp. And Brecken Holtberg's on the board for a second time tonight for Fargo Davies, or rather for Red River. He joins Dallas Jackson with goals and assists tonight and 2 points on the night. And that's Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Central's on the board over at West Fargo Cheyenne. We'll give you an update on that as we continue with our intermission report next, and it's brought to you by our friends at Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. After 2 periods, it's Red River 3, Fargo Davies 2. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com. Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with Harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports tonight. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Luca Carpenter on our video work this evening. Grand Forks Red River leading 3-2 over Fargo Davies as we make our way into our third period. Second intermission is brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. We have a score update on our All-True scoreboard over at West Fargo Cheyenne. Che Kwame scoring with assists from Ryder Rivard, Rylan Spicer, and then Cooper DeZiel comes up ice and scores shorthanded for Central, and the Knights take a 2-0 lead in the second period over West Fargo Cheyenne. Big game for the Knights, trying to respond after that tough loss to Devils Lake and also trying to stay in first place in the Eastern Dakota Conference. If Red River were to win this one tonight, Central has to win over at Cheyenne in order to maintain first place by 2 points. Gone are those days when Central had about a 7-point lead in the EDC. Now it's become a race again. They've only got a 1-game lead over the West Fargo Packers, although they do have 2 wins over West Fargo and tiebreakers. But in the long run, things got a little tight Central with a couple of big goals to get that one going tonight.
Yeah, we were joking off the air. I was looking at it. West Fargo Cheyenne took 5 straight penalties. No power play goals for Central. Central takes a penalty.
And then scores
shorthanded.
Yeah, Central's 0 for
30
5.
seconds into that.
Central's 0 for 5 on the power play, and they've converted a shorthanded goal tonight.
Sometimes when I watch Central play, I think they're almost more dangerous shorthanded. Is that weird to say? They're so dangerous shorthanded. They're always looking to go. Cooper DeZiel got the shorty. He's always dangerous. Mac Blue, Donovan Bollock, like all those guys are just so dangerous shorthanded.
You took the words right out of my mouth. For some reason, I fear that team more when they're down a man than when they play at even strength, and I don't know what it is. It's got to be a mentality thing. It's certainly not a numbers thing. So it's got to be a mentality thing. It's got to be an approach of the game.
Well, they got smart guys out there killing penalties. They're all fast. And again, when you're on the power play, you're not thinking defense. You're always thinking, what can I do offensively? So if you're good shorthanded, you have guys like that, you can catch teams a lot of times sleeping a little bit and get some opportunities. Central's really good at it.
Couple of things to talk about tonight. First and foremost, we will not be active again until Friday night. This is such a weird week. We'll have girls basketball on Friday night between East Grand Forks and Park Rapids area, but there's just nothing on Thursday night as far as matchups that jump off the page. And one more thing to mention, and we're excited about this, KNOX Live Sports, KNOX Video Sports will be your exclusive video provider of Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament hockey coverage. We have that starting for you coming up in a couple of weeks, but KNOX has entered into a partnership with the North Dakota High School Activities Association to be your exclusive provider of Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament video coverage this season. So make sure to join us for Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament coverage. Stay tuned for further broadcast details. KNOX Live Sports and KNOX Radio as well. We start the third period. Fargo Davies flipping a puck into the neutral zone, and Brody Palmer will send it out there. It'll be cut off and sent down by Caden Ulmer for Grand Forks Red River, and the Riders go off on a change. Breakout pass right side. Solberg up to the neutral zone, just launching one towards the near corner. That'll be icing, and we're headed back into the Fargo Davies zone for a draw.
By the way, not to take away from North Dakota stuff, but we had Eastside Warroad up in Warroad tonight. You got a score on that?
Might be able to find a score on that one tonight. We had planned on being up there, and then we weren't able to work out an arrangement for the opportunity to be there with our internet coverage that we were going to have tonight. Last I had seen, 3-0. 18-14.
Oh boy, big
shots.
save.
Big shave out in front by Ryland Corinta on a chance right in front of the net by Caleb Christensen. Scratched, okay, yeah, 3-0 Warroad, 18-14 shots in favor of Warroad, 7 minutes left of the second period. They scored a couple in quick succession in that second period for Warroad.
Yeah, Eastside having a rough stretch here. They had a rough one against Cathedral.
Gave up 11 goals.
11 goals, 11-5.
Yeah.
Baseball games with less scoring.
Well, yeah, something like that. Yeah, you could go that route too. Left point shot in on Corinta off a draw from Emmerich Netland, and Corinta will glove that up and hold on for the whistle. That's a big game up in Warroad tonight. Postseason hockey starts on Thursday in East Grand Forks. Green Wave got the 3 seed in the section tournament this year, and they'll see International Falls, the 6 seed, in the opening round. Winner's going to play Crookston. Crookston got the 2 seed with that co-op with Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart providing a couple of good girls hockey players to the Crookston team. And the Pirates are the 2 seed going into that tournament. Reed Krogstad ends up turning a puck over. Griffin Hoganson back to get it. I still feel like Hoganson is due tonight with the way that he's played. Puck on the line, backhanded in by Palmer for Fargo Davies, and they'll go off on a change.
Yeah, well, if you're Red River, it feels like whenever you need one, he ends up being your guy, doesn't he? It always seems like he's the guy who gets the goal you need.
Luke Voller comes up with a turnover for Fargo Davies, turns one back to Mason Peterson. Good cross the crease pass looking for Connor Peterson. A little bit too strong, and here comes Fargo, actually Red River up the ice. Little chip off the boards, and a puck trailed in by Hoganson. He can't quite come up with it. Davies turns the other way. Olaf Ingebretson coming up, shot in on Corinta. He makes a big save. And right now, Red River looking a little lethargic. They're a step slow right now against Fargo Davies.
Yeah, they are. Davies came out kind of right where they left off last period.
Puck back out in the neutral zone, dump back in. Riders will go back to retrieve it. It's back behind the net. One for Red River by Caden Svoboda. He turns it up the far boards. And a step in off the wall for Jace Mason. Here come the Riders again. Mason off the boards, coming back to Gruenberg, who stepped free. Back to Mason, trying to skate his way down the slot. Tries to go across the slot with a pass. It got bumped momentarily, then Stetson Brown was able to take over. Brown a look, puts it right out in front of the net, trying to find Vetch. Vetch will ring this back towards the point, and it's won there by Svoboda. He tried to put one in traffic. It was blocked. Ends up retrieving the blocked shot. Turns it back to the far wall, and this is pitchforked up ice. Spiewak's going to be offside if he touches up. He'll have to let it go, and Svoboda goes back to get it for Red River.
Boy, if you would have timed that better, that could have been a one-on-one with two Davies players coming in late. Again, kind of a late, lazy change by Red River. They had 3 guys going off and nobody to help back defensively.
Caden Ulmer behind the net for the Rough Riders. Comes back out to the right for Brecken Holtberg into traffic. Knocked down, loose puck there. Wasvik trying for it. Now Beedall comes back to pick up the puck for the Riders. Beedall coming back out towards the point. Looking down low. Wasvik got hooked, held 7 different ways, and we see a penalty coming up. Riders trying to get the extra attacker out, and a chance coming in from the right wing by Beedall. A stop by Metcalf, but the Riders are going to go on a power play. That's going to be an interference call called against Fargo Davies, and so Red River will go on the man advantage. Crucial point in the game with 3.5 minutes of the third period gone by. Riders leading 3-2, and it will be the loss of Gunnar Majerus, a very good defender for Fargo Davies, due to the interference call.
Yeah, Rylan Beedall ran that play where he runs across the blue line. He saw Wasvik out front, threw a puck on net to Wasvik, and Majerus just had his stick up in his face. And power play for Red River. They need a goal here, or at least something to get him going.
Holtberg, left side, drive coming in from Beedall, stopped by Metcalf. Metcalf's handled his affairs rather well tonight. Puck to Holtberg on the right point, in towards the corner, finding Ulmer. Ulmer down to Metcalf, actually towards Wasvik, just right next to the Met. Wasvik will turn it back out. Holtberg again, high slot. Left side, Beedall looking, dragged around a defender, tossed it back to the edge. Back to Holtberg, high slot. Beedall, one-timer scores. He hit that crisp. Rylan Beedall from the left circle just drives a puck in, and the Riders make good on the power play to take a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, he did. He hammered that thing. I think it hit something on the way in, Ryan. I think it might have hit a Palmer on the way in. Watch this thing change its directions. We'll see it here in a second.
There it is, and tough to tell from there. It looked like it hung in the air momentarily, though, so you may be right about that.
Yeah, I think it chipped. It went up. Not saying it wouldn't have gone in anyway, because he hit that thing clean, and that was the play Red River wanted. And they got Beedall with the one-timer from the top of the circles and a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, 4:09 the time of the goal, and it's a power play goal for Rylan Beedall, the first power play goal of the night for Grand Forks Red River on a one-timer. And the Riders take a 4-2 advantage here in the third period. Red River trying to reverse a deficit and a loss earlier this year to Fargo Davies, pick up 3 key points in the Eastern Dakota Conference. And here comes another opportunity. Red River up ice, and a post is hit on the left side by Dallas Jackson. Jackson got free, ends up hitting the post absolutely clean, and it comes back across the crease and ends up wide of the net. Jackson picks it up again, shovels one into traffic. That ends up hitting Dushik, and it will be caught up. It'll fall, and we'll stay in the Fargo Davies zone for a draw.
Boy, Dallas Jackson had him beat too, Ryan. He had him beat. And let's go back a little bit. A great play in the blue line. Dusick and Griff Hoganson both dove at a puck. I'm not even sure who hit it. Right on the blue line and chipped into the middle. Dallas skated right into it. Like you said, beat Metcalf, just couldn't find the back of the net.
So your goal makes it 4-2 in favor of Red River. Riders continue to press. A shot long range from Cullen Rost. Ends up under bodies, knocked down, but played by Fargo Davies. It comes near side for Connor Peterson. Peterson looking back up ice. Rost is back to cut it off for the Rough Riders, and he'll send this to the neutral zone. Scoreboard update coming to you from Altru. It's now a 2-1 game over at West Fargo Sports Center, as Cheyenne scores on the power play. Madden Weber from Bennett Benson and Jace Burns, as Central took a penalty. And so at 15:22 of the second period, Central's lead was cut to 1 in that matchup over at West Fargo Sports Center tonight.
Yeah, just looking. Shots don't always tell the story, but the shots are tied 15-15. which kind of makes you think we got a game over there.
Absolutely. Dominic Dybert gets one through traffic. This will be sent back out towards the far side wall. Caleb Christensen with it, driving one in. Christensen a stop, coming back towards the near side, digs back behind the net, put it out in front. Christensen waving at it twice, and he ends up coming up empty. Loose puck to Wasvik, coming back over towards the near side. Almer over to chase it down. Rost will dump one in, and Metcalf has to glove it and hold it. And we'll see a draw coming up inside the Fargo Davies zone.
Got great opportunity for Fargo Davies there. They've been good around the net, Ryan, and that one I don't even think got to Corinta. I think Wasvik got a body on that, but there was a point-blank opportunity for Davies. And as we get down here to 12 minutes left, 2-goal lead for River, I'm curious to see how they play this game. I mean, they've been a little bit loose defensively. They haven't been great since the first period, but they have this 2-goal lead. Let's see what they do with it here.
Puck back out to the point. A Whistler coming in from the right point from Svoboda. This will be turned back to center. A chip up the ice looking for Spiewak. Svoboda goes back to get it for the Rough Riders. He'll play it off the wall. And a touch on the near side by Almer. Almer coming back up near side. Beadall coming back across the ice looking for Almer. Almer battles for control, trying to poke check against Case and Currents. Now off the boards, Carter Solberg got to it for Davies. Sends a shot in. Corinta kick save, carried in by Spiewak off the rebound, and Spiewak got denied as Corinta took it off his stick. Then a chance off the right circle by Solberg, and another chance and a kick save by Corinta. Then a blocked shot as Currents tried to follow up with Duncan Metcalf threw in. Now it's back behind the Red River net. Solberg has got it. He'll turn it back to Metcalf on the right point. To the near side, Netland trying to get free. That one gets knocked away by Tyson Almer into a 2-on-1 odd man. He widens out, makes the pass. Wasvik a chance, and it's kicked aside by Metcalf for Fargo Davies. Along the far wall, clearing play by Solberg, and we'll come back to the Davies zone for a draw.
Boy, chaos in the Red River end, and you know what, Ryan? It starts there, and again, I'm going to say it again. It started with a bad change by Red River, slow getting off the ice, slow getting on the ice. 3-4 shots down here. But Tyson Almer with a huge block shot and turns that into 2-on-1. He slid that over to Wasvik. I think Wasvik wanted to give that back to Almer. Couldn't find it and ended up taking a shot, but it gave Metcalf time to set up and make the save.
Beadall trying to chase a puck in. Actually, correction, Griffin Hoganson. Hoganson will pick it up. Here comes Red River. Hoganson right side. Hultberg taking a look. Put it out in front. Loose puck. Hoganson jabbing at it. Carries it in on his skates. And it ends up to Hultberg in the far corner. Now Hoganson having trouble finding the loose puck. And here comes Davies pitching up the ice. They try to squeeze one in for Lance Palmer. Palmer has it, but it's poke checked off his stick towards the right side where Hultberg can't gather it in. He steps over the puck. Steenerson will drive one wide of the net. Ends up back behind the Red River end. Comes back off far edge for Connor Peterson for Fargo Davies. Riders come away with it. Pass across the ice for Almer, and Almer will sweep it back into the Davies zone. Red River will change. Clock down in the third period to 9:20 to play. Red River leading by a score of 4-2. Tacking on a power play goal from Ryland Beadall here in this second period, or rather third period. Beadall has 2 goals so far here today. Puck back out to the line, and Steenerson is offside as he carries it in for Fargo Davies, and will draw coming up on the Red River line.
Yeah, now under the 10-minute mark with that 2-goal lead. So all these little details, Ryan, they become really, really important. Red River's missing on a few of them. We saw, again, a little bit of bad line changes, a couple turnovers. They got to clean that up.
Shot deflected out of play by, I believe, Reed Krogstad for Red River.
Yeah, I think it's just going to stay right outside the neutral zone somewhere.
They're pleading the case, Fargo Davies, is that they want this to be a neutral ice face-off because it was dumped up the wall. And
it was, but it was deflected outside the blue line, so you can't move it inside.
Actually, I think they're asking for a draw on the Red River zone is what they're asking
for.
Yeah,
I don't think that's correct.
No, on the Red River line probably seems right based on time and circumstance. Majerus will send it up the wall for Fargo Davies, and this is put back behind the net. Puck comes back out to play, middle of the ice. And Cale Gruenberg coming up the ice. He's been all around it tonight. Gruenberg pulls free, comes to his forehand side, tried to play one down the slot, ends up being broken up on the way in for Spencer Vetch. It'll go back in the neutral zone. Krogstad is there to control. Leaves it back behind the line, and a drive in from Brody Palmer that goes wide of the net.
Spencer Vetch is a one-man wrecking crew right now. He just dropped 2 guys in about 20 seconds.
Caden Almer coming up the ice. Poke checked away from behind by Currents. Ulmer plays it off the end wall, turns it back into the corner. Nice looking Beadall short-sided. Ends up being hit by Metcalf's glove that might have been outside the scoring area. Beadall again, and Metcalf makes a save chest high, and you'll hold for the whistle.
Couple great chances for Beadall. That first one was perfect. He wasn't even looking right. Did you watch it? He turned towards the net with his eyes to the slot like he was going to pass that puck off, and then just short side tried to flip it up. What a save by Metcalf.
And the puck will be won by Red River back out in the neutral zone on the draw. The thing is, the glove might have been outside the pipe anyway, but it was a terrific play, and Metcalf got a glove on it anyway. And, hey, Brecken Metcalf has been very good tonight for
Really
Fargo
good.
Davies, despite giving up 4 goals. He's had a lot of tough chances. Another play down towards the doorstep looking for Beadall. Broken up into the corner. Jace Mason will take it off the left point. Wasvik trying to play it down the boards. This goes loose between the hash marks again and be played back up ice by Logan Spiewak for Fargo Davies. Drive in from traffic on the right from Solberg. Be punched away by Carinta. Comes back towards the near side for Ulmer. Ulmer taking a look at the ice. High in the air. This will float to the neutral zone. Beadall trying to run underneath it. Can't get there in time. Icing. We'll go back for a draw brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region. And brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks.
So that play turns into an icing, but I like what Caden Ulmer did. He's on the wall there, Ryan. A lot of times, guys this age, when they get the puck on the wall, their first instinct is just to chip it to the middle, hoping your center's coming through. He looked that play off and then just flipped it out of the zone. Now he did a little too hard, and it turned into an offensive zone or defensive zone face-off, but the alternative was a turnover in your own zone.
Off the far side, puck going to be chased down by Brecken Hultberg. Hultberg got held up. Fargo Davies an opportunity, short-sided chance, and a big save by Rylan Carinta as that was charged in towards the net by Hunter Kupich. It stays out in front of the net. Eagles trying to get to it. Big hit thrown in the body of Hunter Peterson. Couple of fourth-line wingers that are out there for Davies combining on a scoring opportunity. Back to the point, Connor Peterson for the Eagles will dump one in. Cam Urian over to cut it off for Red River. He'll play it off the far side wall. Great cross-ice pass to Tyson Ulmer. Ulmer's up the ice 2-on-2 with Hoganson. Ulmer short-sided. Hoganson carrying the rebound. It flies in the air just to the left of the net. Comes back to the near boards, and Brody Palmer will dump this back into the Red River end. Pops on an edge, rolls, and they're going to wave off icing. So the Riders will sweep it up the ice for icing. Interesting response from Red River after the icing was waved off. There was no one over in that entire half of the sheet, and we'll go back into the central zone for a draw.
I think just instinctually, Krogstad thought he had a forward posted on the far side there. I mean, he should have had somebody, but I think Red River's coming off on a change. So I like the idea. Just give me someone standing there.
Puck comes back to the near side boards for Red River. Dushik off the draw. Digging back, got it back as far as the line for Caleb Christensen. Good pull to get around a defender. Got confronted with a penalty coming up against Red River.
Yeah,
it's touched up behind the net, and we'll see a hooking call coming up against the Riders that will put Fargo Davies on the power play. Cullen Ross, the defender, going to take the penalty as well. You know, something you hit on earlier, Riders take a penalty on Tyson Ulmer, one of their best penalty killers. They give up a goal on the power play. Later, Davies, Gunnar Majerus, captain on the blue line, takes a penalty. That's a penalty killer, right? A defender.
Yep.
Out. Red River scores. Now you got Cullen Ross going off on a power play, or on a penalty.
It's not always about the penalty. It's about who takes the penalty sometimes. When you lose one of your best killers, it really makes things difficult for you.
Power play brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, online, rbbelectric.com. Fargo Davies on the power play, down 2 to Red River by a score of 4-2. Puck in the offensive end. Currents for Davies. Out to the high slot. A look that time by Metcalf. That's Duncan Metcalf. Saved by Carinta on a wrister from Logan Spiewak.
Good save by Carinta. Tracked that puck well. Some good puck movement by Fargo Davies. Is going from our left to our right. But Carinta's there to make the save.
1:33 left on the power play. And we'll see a draw to the left of Rylan Carinta for Grand Forks Red River. I don't recall the score earlier this year, but
5-3.
Yeah, Davies, it was a higher scoring game. Fargo Davies.
Or 5-4, sorry. I think it was 5-4.
Davies scored 5, and that one 2 so far here tonight. Riders trying to improve on both ends, get the win. Show the defense is a little tighter. Duncan Metcalf for Fargo Davies into the corner. Solberg off the wall. A stop. Plays one back to the point for Logan Spiewak. Spiewak back to Solberg, right side, a look. Wrister got deflected, picked up off the boards by Dibert for Davies. Back off towards the right. One-timer dialed up in a block shot.
Tyson Almer just blocking shots like crazy.
Almer took it off the body. Riders will attempt to clear it, and they will do so. A good aggressive dive to clear that as well. And Metcalf comes out of the crease and tries to transition Spiewak. Spiewak held up. He was cut off by Wasvik. Then Spiewak snatches a turnover, and Corinta makes a big save to keep that one out of the net after the Riders got careless with the puck in their own end.
Yeah, just a fan on a clear, and it turns into a point-blank chance. But again, Corinta there to swallow that thing up. A couple of things. I mean, that shot block by Tyson Almer, I mean, we talk about it every time we do a Red River game, how many shots he blocks. I mean, he wore that one, and that one looked like it hurt. Also, I like what Fargo Davies is. I don't know if you noticed right, but they took Dom Diebert, their big 6'4" defenseman, and they put him out front of the net on the power play. Bruins used to do that with Zdeno Chara. And just take up as much space as you can. I like the move.
Take space, take the eyes away, right?
Long
just
stick,
a couple of
long
different
reach,
things.
cause problems out there.
Absolutely. Into traffic, another big kick save by Corinta. Big rebound being flailed for on top of the paint.
Puck?
No one knows where it is.
Except
it's covered
Corinta.
by Corinta after Caleb Christensen took a couple of whacks at it. And Rylan Corinta stepping up big for Red River with 17 seconds left to go on the power play.
What I really like about that save that Corinta just made is shot from the point. He was up on top of his crease, so he's taken away the angle. That puck was low. He got his pads down together and just formed a wall. And I think Davies got a couple of whacks on it, but there's nowhere to go with it. Oh, they're not going to call that.
Cam Irian gets tripped up from behind, and the Rider crowd that's here tonight a little frustrated that that was not ruled a tripping call. Irian's down on the ice at this point. Loose puck is picked up by the Eagles. It comes out high slot. Steenerson into traffic, and that one got chipped away. Steenerson got a wrister away from the high slot, and that one got chipped wide of the net. It works back out to the point. Now we're going to see too many men. They get in Red River?
Yes, they are.
Ryder's going to get called for too many men on the ice. So another power play coming up for Fargo Davies. Clock down to an even 4 minutes, and Cullen Ross going to sit again.
Yeah, that's a tough play. Cullen Ross came out. He was coming over to change. Tyson Almer was going to jump on the ice. Just as he was getting to the bench, the puck came right to the point, and Ross was within striking distance, so he reached over. But Tyson had already jumped on the ice to make that change. Tough break.
So Cullen Ross for too many men. Time of the penalty is at 13 minutes, rather 13 minutes, apologies. 13 minutes, another chance from the right circle, and Rylan Corinta having to step up right now for Grand Forks Red River. Spiewak on the point. Looking, traffic, another chip away. Corinta got a glove on that one, and maybe part of the stick as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if he saw it. That again, there's the Dom Diebert effect. He was just standing there, all 6'4" frame of him, and I don't think Corinta saw that until the last second. I don't even know if he saved it as much as it just hit his shoulder.
He got a deflection on it. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know if he reacted to it. He just put himself in a spot to make a save, and it hit him.
So we'll draw with 1:42 left on the latest power play for Fargo Davies. Once again, brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, online. RBBelectric.com. A tense 3:42 remaining here at Shields Arena tonight.
I'll tell you what, Ryan, that last kill, I don't even know if we saw a Red River clear, did we? I think that puck might have stayed in almost the whole 2 minutes.
Puck out to Dibert. Taken up near side, Duncan Metcalf. Metcalf playing catch in the high slot with Spiewak. Metcalf into the corner. Back to Spiewak coming from Solberg. And now back to Spiewak high slot from Metcalf. He'll turn it in towards Kaysen Currents in the left corner. Back to Spiewak again. Out on top, Metcalf. Spiewak high slot into traffic. Corinta kicking out. That may have been blocked before it got to him. And Breckenholberg will clear. So the Riders get a clear with 1:10 left to go on the power play. Cullen Ross serving 2 penalties in short succession. And the first penalty for hooking at 10:53. That came to an end at 12:53. 7 seconds later, he's hit for too many men. So the Riders essentially giving up about a 4-minute power play here towards the end of the game with a 2-goal lead. Metcalf stepping up into the neutral zone. He'll work towards the right side, finding Gunnar Majerus off the wall. Majerus into the corner. Riders over attempting to clear. The edge is held by Connor Peterson, and a blast wide of the net that ends up in the webbing and will draw coming up in the Rider end.
Great stick there by Ryan Wasvik to deflect that puck. It was a one-timer from the slot. Wasvik reached over with that long reach of his and deflected that puck wide. Great play by him.
39 seconds left on the power play. The shots are now even at 32 apiece. That tells you something. Down to the doorstep and a chip for a score. Fargo Davies, Gunnar Majerus will score on a goal deflected off the top of the crease. It looked like there was a touch in there that perhaps came in from Caden Steenerson, but it's going to be Majerus that gets the goal on the power play, and it's a 1-goal game.
Yeah, he paid the price for that goal, but what a perfect play. I don't even know what Davies played, but he deflected it between his legs, Ryan, over cross crease to Majerus, who pounded that thing in.
Let's take a look at it again.
Watch the deflection on the shot.
American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency with our replay tonight. This was out. It got deflected there. He was held in by Caden Christensen. That's who held the puck in. And Majerus takes the hit from behind but ends up scoring. And this is now a 1-goal game with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. Another power play goal tonight for Fargo Davies.
And this has kind of been Red River's issue, is they can't holding leads late in the game. Oh, what a save!
There's a chance by Griffin Hoganson again, who's been absolutely snake-bit tonight. Brecken Metcalf stops a shot coming in from Hoganson on a sweeping wrister. Puck goes into the corner. Hoganson stays with it, chips it up the boards for Sahlberg. Sahlberg got turned around as Hoganson continues to stay with the puck. He wants a goal in the worst way, and he's been all around it tonight. Emmerich Netland up into the neutral zone. This one gets taken away. Riders looking with Tyson Ulmer, but no one home to go with him after the Riders went off on a change. Puck back into the neutral zone. This will be sent in by Metcalf. Goes lazily towards the far side of the net. Riders tried to play it out. It was held by Wasvik, then kicked back into the Rider end. Haltberg cuts that off. Wasvik will backhand it behind his own net. 90 seconds left of the third. Net still occupied. Wasvik looking back out towards the right point. Voller tries to hold one in for Fargo Davies. Spins it back towards the near side wall. 1:15, net still occupied for Fargo Davies. Loose puck back into the neutral zone. Caden Ulmer trying to drag through traffic. Puck comes back near edge. It's loose there. Big fight for control. Ulmer chipping at it. Haltberg chipping at it. Loose to center ice for Caden Steenerson. He looks, gets it back in by himself, and he lost his footing on the way in. A chance. He plays it back to the high slot. A look at chance. Corinta makes a big save. The net's empty. Riders come away with it. Wasvik looking up the ice, and he misses the wide open net. It's not icing. He was up north of the checkered line. 40 seconds left to go here in the third. Puck into the neutral zone for Sahlberg for Fargo Davies. A chip off the wall. Red River leading 4-3. Sahlberg back up in the circle. Driving, firing short-sided. Hit the side of the net and it springs back towards the near wall on the left for the Eagles. Into the corner. Currents plays it back across the paint. Chip back left side. Extra attacker on the ice. The net for the Eagles is empty. We're down to 20 seconds left to play in regulation. A 1-goal lead for Red River as the Riders try to hold on. Current spins it back to the point. Majerus looking into traffic. Chipped up over the net, and we'll see a draw out of the webbing with a clock down to 4.6 seconds left, rather 9.6 seconds left in regulation.
And Davies will take their timeout with just under 10 seconds left.
Timeouts brought to you by Big Jim's Tire. They are your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region. And timeouts brought to you this evening as well by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks. Shots are now 35-33 Davies after a 12-1 first period. Davies has 34 shots in 2 periods tonight, second and third.
Yeah, they have. I mean, it feels like 34. I mean, it feels like Corinta has been under fire this last 2 periods, but here we have 10 seconds left. I mean, you talk about a draw that matters here. I mean, if you're Red River, I'm curious to see who they put on this draw. I mean, all you need, Ryan, is to pound this puck back to the wall, hard ring by your defenseman, and that should end the game. But if you lose it, Davies has plenty of time to make a pass or two, get a puck on net, and see if they can do something.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Altru. Central's healthy. 3 goals in the first 4 minutes and 35 seconds of the third period over the West Fargo Sports Center. Shea Kwame for the second time tonight. Cooper DeZiel on the man advantage. Mac Blue at even strength. Ryder Rivard has 3 points tonight on 3 assists. And Central leads Cheyenne 5-1.
Oh, yeah. Jeez. Kwame and DeZiel having a night, like you said. Ryder Rivard having a night. Good to see them back scoring.
Here we go, 9.6 seconds left to go regulation. Draw on the Red River end, 4-3. Riders leading, Fargo Davies looking for one more chance. Red River will clear it and hold on for the win. The Riders get the clear, and Red River gets a big win in the Eastern Dakota Conference tonight, holding on for a 4-3 victory.
Well, we talked about who's going to take that draw, and they went to their guy, Tyson Almer, probably one of the best faceoff guys, and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. He won that to the wall, to the right spot, and Red River able to hang on that last 10 seconds with a 4-3 win.
Whew. Yeah, what a finish. We go back to our drive for the title. Now again, these standings not yet updated. This is how we entered the night tonight. But the win for Fargo South over Devil's Lake moves them into 7th place with 14 points. Red River is going to elevate to 34. And West Fargo, I believe, is idle tonight. So that means that they'll be a game plus better than West Fargo for the number 2 spot. Central with a 5-1 lead over Cheyenne. If they hold on, they're at 36, and so this keeps Red River in striking distance with 1 week left to go in the season. They're still 2 points behind Central trying to chase down the number 1 spot. But a quality win to go on the road and win tonight for Grand Forks Red River here in the matchup.
Yeah, there was some good. There was some not so good. But in the end, standings only care about if you win or lose.
Absolutely.
So they'll take their 3 points, and hats off again. We talked about this Davies team all season have just been scrappy. This team that won't go away, and that was tonight. I mean, at first period, 2-0, 12-1 shots. You're like, all right, we might be hitting the road early tonight.
And it could have been about 5-0 at the end of the first period.
Point.
There were a lot of really, really good chances for Red River.
You showed highlights of the first period. You could have had 5 or 6 of just Metcalf in that first period. But they bounced back, and they pushed Red River and gave them everything they could handle for the next 2 periods.
Final score tonight is 4-3 Red River. We'll go to our post-game report, and we'll do that for you in a couple of moments. Post-game report brought to you tonight by Spring Advantage and Lake Region State College. Highlights from this one throughout the course of the night. Well, they're on the way next. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Video Sports.
There's never been a better time of year than now to get that new Ford from Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks. It's the model year closeout, and you can drive off in a new F-150 XLT and save up to $14,500 or choose low 2.9% financing for 60 months. Ford Escape, another great buy. Save up to $4,250 and get low 1.9% for 66 months. Hurry in for huge discounts and low financing during our model year closeout at Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Pro ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Blue-Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer. Are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's that time of year where you farmers up and down the valley are going to put hours on end in your truck, tractor, or combine seat. If that seat could talk, it might say, "Help!" Hi, this is Carmen from Finest Auto Trim, and if your favorite seat on the farm has cracks, holes, or the duct tape is taking it over, bring it in to Finest Auto Trim. We can match most colors or change it up for you. We can make your seat come back to life, and you can use that duct tape somewhere else on the farm. Give us a call or stop in at our shop, 2201 Demers Avenue. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, we cover it all.
Well, we welcome you back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. As you can tell, for those of you that are watching tonight on KNOX Live Sports, it hasn't exactly been the best night technologically for us. We got here and had a number of issues with trying to organize various things that we thought were one way because we were told there had been no changes. And then as it turns out, well, there were changes. So as you can see, we're kind of organizing things for you on the fly here to make it look all pretty. But I believe we're going to get it done. Final score tonight, Grand Forks Red River 4, and it's not a backwards 4 like they would probably have on the Soviet team. It's actually a real 4. And Fargo Davies 3. Welcome to our post-game report. Our post-game report brought to you by Spring Advantage and Lake Region State College. Spring Advantage. The difference between Spring Advantage and their competitors is that Spring Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, and seed tenders. 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spring Advantage, make them a part of your agricultural game plan now and for years to come. And Lake Region State College. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. We have agriculture, high-end precision agriculture, law enforcement, nursing, just a few of the careers that you can supercharge your way into at Lake Region State College. Get done in 2, start earning. Take the 4-year route by taking your credits with you to any 4-year institution in the North Dakota system. Lake Region State College, we change lives. Big win for Red River coming on the road tonight. You know, we thought that the second half of their season had been better than the first half of the season was, but this was kind of a litmus test of that, wasn't it? They already had one with Central. You go on the road now and have to play a Davies team that beat you in your barn up in Grand Forks. They come here tonight on the big ice at Shields, and they perform well enough to get the win here this evening.
Yeah, these games that have a little bit of adversity, not the worst thing in the world as you come down the stretch here and sort of, you know, sharpen the sword, so to speak, as you come in a tournament time where you're expecting that you're going to see games like this, situations that are hard, difficult, tense. That last couple minutes, I mean, Red River's killed penalties, 6-on-5, but they did it. They come up with a 4-3 win, and yeah, get 3 huge points, which just get them that much closer to that second seed. Whether it matters a ton or not, I don't know, but
well, gives you last change.
Gives you last change, yeah. And then, you know, again, if everyone holds serve and everything shapes out like we think it might shape out, and everyone holds serve in the first round, they play West Fargo. There's a kid on West Fargo who's got a few points, and you might want to play the matchup game if you see them in the semifinals. So
that may matter.
It could be the difference.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at our highlights in this one tonight. Our highlights this evening are brought to you by ProSeed. If you need seed, think ProSeed, proseed.net. And to get started with Red River, a little short-sided goal from Brecken Hultberg. Hultberg did a nice job of shaking the shoulders to open something up there. Made it 1-0 Red River, and they were playing so well in the opening period. This is Dallas Jackson receiving a pass from Ray Dusick, just jumping on the ice.
Great awareness by Ray Dusick there.
Absolutely. 2-0 after 1, but we would see a good goalie effort tonight from Brecken Metcalf. There he stones Griffin Hoganson, and how Hoganson didn't get a goal in this one tonight, I have no idea. Fargo Davies gets on the board, a turnover, and Caden Stevenson comes in on a breakaway and scores to make it a 2-1 lead at that point. But the Riders come right back. Rylan Beadall jumping through defenders, top shelf, beautiful individual play for Beadall, and that made it a 3-1 game at that point. But Fargo Davies on the power play, they'd come up with something big. This is Metcalf, a clean one-timer from the high slot on the power play, and it was 3-2 after 2 periods of play. Riders would get the next goal, and it was a big one as it turns out. Crisp one-timer from Beadall down to a knee, his second goal tonight. That made it a 4-2 game, and that's what the Riders needed to hold on for because of this play. Caleb Christensen keeping one alive for Gunnar Majerus, and Majerus ends up scoring, and that turned it into a 1-goal game at that point. But that's how it finished after the Riders hold on after a fierce challenge from Fargo Davies later in the matchup. 4-3 is your final score tonight, with Red River getting the victory here this evening. Who Lit the Lamp? Brought to you tonight by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter at Bergstrom Electric. Well, let's go through it and see who had the big nights tonight for Grand Forks Red River. First of all, Rylan Beadall, 2 goals tonight, including scoring the game winner on the power play at the end of the night. Those were big, big plays. But Brecken Hultberg, a goal and an assist, actually a goal and 2 assists tonight for Brecken Hultberg. He was quietly involved in 3 different goals, including scoring his own this evening. So Brecken Hultberg with a 3-point night. Dallas Jackson with a 2-point night tonight, a goal and an assist for Dallas Jackson. Griffin Hoganson deserved better. He got an assist out of the night, but he had a really, really nice night playing tonight. Tyson Ulmer with an assist. Reed Krogstad with an assist tonight as well. That's where the points came from tonight for Grand Forks Red River. But who lit the lamp? 3-point night tonight for Brecken Hultberg, a goal and 2 helpers. 2 goals tonight for Rylan Beadall, and a goal and an assist. A goal and an assist for Dallas Jackson tonight as the leaders. Who Lit the Lamp? Brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Brecken Hultberg was good tonight, and we said his name quite a bit here this evening. Didn't realize that he was involved in 3 scoring plays, but a big part of the effort tonight for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. I mean, obviously the goal, we talked about that one. That was pretty obvious, but the assists, wasn't aware he had 2 assists, so a quietly good offensive night for Brecken Hultberg. Is he at 20 points? Where is he at? I mean,
well, with 3 points tonight, that's going to put Brecken Hultberg
at exactly
20 points. Yeah.
He'll
have 8 goals, and he will have 9 assists. No, 8 goals and
8.
They have him for 14.
Oh, wait, they got
the points wrong. They have him for 7 goals, 7 assists, and 17 points.
Okay.
So we're going to assume it's 14 points.
There's some mathing, not mathing.
So 8 goals and 9 assists, 17 points. It's funny, they said 17. That's what he ends up with tonight.
Yeah,
so
okay. Maybe they're predicting.
A little clairvoyancy going on there for Brecken Hultberg. But, yeah, nice night for Brecken Hultberg tonight. And that is our scoring summary that we have for you tonight, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. One more break. We'll come back with our post-game awards and wrap this one up tonight from Shields Arena, where the Riders are victorious. Grand Forks Red River with a win of 4-3 tonight over Fargo Davies. We come back to wrap this one up next.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill. As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Pro Ag
Pro Egg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Will Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProEggEquip.com to see everything Pro Egg has to offer.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Welcome back to our post-game report tonight here for Red River Rough Rider Hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Our post-game report this evening brought to you by Spray Advantage and Lake Region State College. Spray Advantage, make them a part of your game plan now and for years to come. And Lake Region State College, we change lives. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Luca Carpenter here tonight at Shields Arena in Fargo, where the Riders defeat the Eagles by a score of 4-3. Grand Forks Central scored 5 goals in 12 and a half minutes over at the West Fargo Sports Center tonight, and they are currently routing the Cheyenne Mustangs by a score of 7-1. Hat tricks tonight for Che Kwame and Cooper DeZiel. Mac Blue scored the 7th goal tonight, and so it would appear that the funk that Central was in after 2 periods busted wide open in the third, and Central's going to go into the final week of the season with some momentum offensively after a big third period over there tonight.
Yeah, well, they've been in a little bit of a funk for more than 2 periods. It's been a couple of weeks where they just haven't looked themselves.
Yeah, well.
And it's good to see, I mean.
They looked themselves in the third period tonight.
and the names, too, like DeZiel, having him get on the board.
And Blue.
Kwame and DeZiel, like, that's who they need to get rolling is those guys, because those guys should have goals every night, in my opinion.
Ryder Rivard had 3 assists tonight.
Oh, we had 4. Did we count 4?
Ryder Rivard had 4 assists tonight. Finn Lockwood had 2 assists tonight. Donovan Bollock with 2 assists in that tonight. So it's the guys that you're saying, okay, these are our dudes.
Yeah, Ryder's been kind of quiet as of late, at least the games that we've done, point-wise, so everyone's getting off the schneid.
Yep, and that's good before the final week of the season if you're a Grand Forks Central fan. All right, let's go into our post-game awards tonight. First of all, Points Against Hunger. It's brought to you tonight by Northland Community and Technical College. Northland Community and Technical College is the place to start your liberal arts education spot in East Grand Forks. They're ready to help you get started in those career fields that involve the liberal arts and so much more. And they've partnered with us tonight at KNOX Sports to fight hunger in our region as points or goals are scored throughout the course of the year by our teams. Money is raised for the Pioneer Food Pantry. And tonight, the Riders have scored 4 goals, and that means tonight $4 has been raised for the Pioneer Food Pantry to help fight hunger in our region. Brought to you tonight by Northland Community and Technical College. A big thank you to Northland Community and Technical College, where your liberal arts degree begins in East Grand Forks. Let's go to our celebration of the game tonight. It's brought to you by Balloons by Misty. It's always a party when the balloons arrive with Balloons by Misty. Balloons by Misty's done national work on the national stage, and you've also seen the Balloons by Misty logo involved with a number of things for UND and NDSU lately as well. When it's time to take your celebration to the next level, you want to call Balloons by Misty. Look them up online. It's not a celebration until the balloons arrive with Balloons by Misty. Let's go right back. You could tell that Red River was playing well. The opening goal tonight that's scored by Brecken Hultberg for the celebration of the game tonight. Hultberg short-sided. You could see the Riders were celebrating at that point. They get together for that one this evening, and a great celebration tonight. And it's always a celebration when the balloons arrive with Balloons by Misty. All right, 3 stars of the game tonight brought to you by PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for perfect service. If you need service on your garage door, you need PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks and Devil's Lake, and they'll get you perfect service on any make or model of garage door. And if it's time for a new one, the PS stands for Painless Shopping. Their warehouse at 4733 Demers, right on the other side of the I-29 overpass in Grand Forks. PS Garage Doors with our 3 stars of the game. So, Ryan Kuntz has put it together. You've got the list. You've got the list for the 3 stars of the game. All right, let's hear it.
Well, I'm going to apologize in advance to Brecken Hultberg. I wrote these down before I realized he had 3 points, but I don't think it would have changed anyway. So he gets honorable mention.
Sure.
If there's a 4-star, he gets it. I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go Rylan Corinta.
Yes.
I mean, man, down the stretch, as that game went on, I feel like the saves he had to make were increasingly difficult.
Yeah, there is a kid that has improved a great deal from the beginning of the year. You can see that he's in better spots. He makes better plays. Yeah. He is seeing things better. It seems like he caught up to the speed of the game. Red River was concerned, what's the goaltending look like? I think Rylan Corinta stepped into that spot really well right now for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, I mean, he lets in the second shot of the game, a breakaway. So you're like, okay, what do we got going? And then he just absolutely goes on a tear and makes a ton of saves. So I'm giving him number 3. 32 saves.
Yeah.
Big ones.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'm going to go Dallas Jackson. What do you end up with, a goal and assist?
Yes, in the first period, both.
Yep. I thought he played actually better than 2 points. I thought he was one of the best players tonight. He was out in the penalty kill. He was killing that 5-minute. He was killing the 2 minutes. I thought he was great on the ice everywhere tonight. So I'm going number 2, Dallas Jackson. And then number 1, got to go Rylan Beadle.
Yeah. That play that he had.
Third goal, fourth goal.
It would have been, I believe, was it the 4th goal of the game?
Yeah.
That was the one where he stepped between defenders?
No, the 4th goal was the one-timer on the power play.
Okay. Yeah,
the 3rd goal was
the 4th goal overall of the game. It was the one that made it 3-1.
Yeah.
We'll go back and take a look at it here. I think this is actually, correction, that's a save. Here you'll see Rylan Beadle. This is the play that we're talking about. Beadle right between 2 defenders, lots of space, goes top shelf. I mean, yeah, Rylan Beadle had a great night tonight for Red River, no question about it. So 3 stars the game again this evening. Rylan Corinta, Dallas Jackson, Rylan Beadle. It's brought to you by PS Garage Doors. And our final award tonight, finest cover of the game, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim. Big or small, they cover it all. Now is the time for those of you in agriculture, before you hit the field again, do not hit the field. If you have seats in your implements that are just not getting the job done for you, take those into Finest Auto Trim, put those back in the combine, in the truck, in the tractor, so that you can feel like you're getting the support out of your seats that you deserve. Also, for the summer driving season, I know it's cold right now, but that's coming. If you've got a hot rod that you want to get fixed up on the interior, Finest Auto Trim can help you with that as well. And if you got things you keep outside, boat, pontoon, AC unit, power generator, Finest Auto Trim can help you get the cover on that as well. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, they cover it all. What'd you have for the cover tonight?
Oh, this feels cliche, but man, we should just name this award after Tyson Almer.
Killing the penalties, baby. Yeah.
Well, killing the penalties.
Blocked some shots.
He blocked those 2 shots consecutively. One was about 1,000 miles an hour, and I know it hurts. And I know he's got a puck-sized bruise on his forearm right now because I can hear it from here when it hits the flash right. But he blocked that shot. He blocked another one. He turned it into 2-on-1 later. And then 10 seconds left, the biggest face-off of the game in your own zone, 6-on-5, empty net. Who do they put out there? Tyson Almer. What does he do? He wins it clean
the draw,
to the wall.
takes it to the boards, and
right,
that was the end of it. Yeah.
Right, to the spot that you have to win it to. He did it.
Maybe the biggest defensive play of the night, winning that draw with 10 seconds left, right?
That felt to me like if Davies wins that clean and gets it back to the point,
they've got one more.
We might still be playing.
Yeah, because the way they were playing,
they were
good on their power play. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, Corinta was under siege. It just felt like they were getting everything to the net with traffic, with bodies. That was a tense moment, and he handled it.
Well, he earned it. Tyson Ulmer will be our finest cover winner tonight, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim. Okay, that's it for this one tonight, and we're idle until Friday when we have girls basketball between East Grand Forks and Park Rapids area. That comes up on Friday here on KNOX Live Sports and on KNOX Radio, so join us for that coming up Friday evening. And then next week, we'll set our broadcast schedule for the final week of regular season hockey. And a reminder, KNOX Live Sports is your official and exclusive provider for video coverage of the Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament coming up February 17th through the 22nd. Stay tuned for further broadcast details on that as we get ready to go in the postseason. Want to thank Luca Carpenter, who ventured out, did the miles with us tonight to take care of our video coverage here at Shields Arena. Big thank you to Luca. Rhino, thank you for being here tonight, going on the road with us again. We appreciate that. We'll get together again coming up next week, and we'll put an end to this regular season of high school hockey. Huh?
Let's do it. My pleasure.
Ryan Kuntz joining us for color commentary and analysis. I'm Ryan Cunningham. Your final score tonight, Red River 4, Fargo Davies 3. For those of you on the radio side, one final break. We'll join America at Night already in progress on the video side. Thank you for joining us this evening on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Sports.